Don't forget you're muted. You're muted. I want to get some water. I'm gonna go grab some water. Oh, are we on live? Okay, we on. Your sound's not on. Oh, you on now. You on now.
Yep. I'm trying to send the link again to him.
All right, I'm gonna go grab me some water. 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay. What's going on, family? I'm trying to get this link over.
I keep forgetting that we already live now, so I'm sitting here chilling. What's good, everybody in the chat?
Trying to get this link over. I don't know what's going on. Raymond Still, salute. Appreciate you, man. D Mac, what's up, family? Mac Majestic, Huncho 2-time, Cornelius Jenkins, Jarrell Freeman, what's up, family? We in the building. I'm trying to get this link over to the legendary, iconic Hall of Fame superstar.
You got his email?
There you go. There you go. What's going on with your legend?
Salute, champ.
What's happening with y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
We just squirrels in your world.
Let me turn the TV down.
All right.
Yeah.
We just squirrels in your world, champ.
All right. How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Doing great.
Cool.
So Roy, this is my co-host, Claymore Rain.
Right.
How you doing,
and you've been here twice with me already.
Right.
Man, you got some big things going on. You a legend inside the square circle.
Right.
Now you're attempting to be a legend outside the square circle and change the game. You're doing something historic tomorrow with BLK Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just attest to that?
Yes, I am doing something historical tomorrow. You know me, I always was a guy that loved to do things different, and I always wanted to be able to make history or create history or give people something to shoot at. You know what I mean? So now I'm getting this opportunity with BLK Prime to promote a fight, corner 5 guys, back to back.
That's gonna be crazy.
And commentate while I'm doing it. Wow. Whoever would have thought of trying it? Only to go.
Roy, that's it. Roy Jones Jr.
That's me.
Man, that's who. How did you come up with this idea to do this?
Well, it just kind of happened, but I always, I used to want to box, corner somebody, and commentate, but I never got a chance to do that. So now that I'm on the other side of promoting more, I said, it'd be good if I coached, commentated, and next time I'm trying to coach, commentate, and rap, do a concert at the intermission. So I'm always going. Hey, I gotta stay young. I can't let myself get old, right? I gotta stay young. The way you stay young is staying active. So I gotta stay active. Yeah.
Right. and in the sport. I
Of
mean,
course, of
we never
course.
seen you do some of the things you did in the sport, right?
Well, you definitely never saw nobody else doing. That's for sure.
Right. What
So,
what what is the mindset of Roy Jones Jr. to say, I want to do this, 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 and this? Because not too many people on planet Earth can, say, listen, I want to do, you tunnel vision. It's on one thing, right? I'm gonna play basketball. I'm gonna play basketball. I'm a box. I'm a box. I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna play football. But you did it and at a high level, everything.
mm-hmm.
What goes into that mindset to say, I could do this? We always say this as kids when we growing up. You can do anything you want to do, but you actually do it.
You gotta live it. See, a lot of people say it, but they don't really believe it, or they be out here doing like I do. I don't just say it. I believe in God. I can do anything. You understand me? So it's like when the time comes for me to get the opportunity, or when I see opportunities, I put them together and make it happen. Because I feel like anything I want to attain or I see that's in my reach, I should grab it. So yes, I do believe in, like everybody else, I do believe in going to a great steakhouse and getting a steak, or going to a great seafood place and getting good seafood. But if I go to a seafood place, you know what I want? A seafood platter. I want to try a little bit of everything. Why? That's my mindset. That's what's in my heart. You understand me? So if you tell me, hey, you can go to a beautiful steakhouse or you can go to a buffet, I'm going to the buffet. Why? Because I can make up enough stuff to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to get what everybody else get. I can make my own selection and do it how I want to do it. So I'm big on doing things the way I want to do it. You feel me? That's why they couldn't tell me you need to quit. Who you to tell me I need to quit? Did you tell me I need to start? No. So how you gonna tell me I need to quit? So, or who am I to let somebody tell me what I can't do? Did they create me? No. There's a creator that created us all, and that creator that created us all gives us what we ask for if we diligently ask for it. So when I do things, I ain't doing it just out of because I feel like that's what he gave me room to ask for it. So I ask for it. So people say they have faith in the creator, but they don't. Because if they did, they'd be doing more.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You're not
Now,
lying.
how did this partnership come up with BOK Prime? I've been with Desmond and BOK Prime for a couple years. How did your partnership and your relationship, how did that come about?
We had some mutual people that we talked to together, and I got a friend named Ed Keenan, and we were doing it on our Fight Pass, UFC Fight Pass, and the BLK opportunity came up, so they spoke, and well, heck yeah, we'd be glad to do that. And they said, would Roy commentate? Would Roy participate? Yeah, Roy gonna participate, but because Roy is real about what he says and real about what he does, not only is Roy gonna participate and do things that nobody else ain't gonna do. You understand me? We're gonna do it, take it way further than the basket's gonna take it. So what I always told people, and I don't know if people still believe it or don't believe me, but they don't understand. I say, when you got Roy as a team player, it's hard to beat him because he know a lot of stuff. He know a lot about a lot. God has blessed me with a lot of things, especially in boxing. So when you get me as a team player, it don't get no better. I just don't have many people that believe in that or that want to pay the money to secure me as a team player and make it happen. But if they did, they'd be amazed at what happens because I come up with it. I don't come up with it. God give it to me.
And you got the heart to act on it.
You better believe it. The heart and the nerve. Because sometimes it takes nerve. Because everybody gonna tell you you can't do this and you can't do that. Or you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. How many of y'all made me again? I don't really want to hear it.
Was it with me shooting in the gym?
You heard me? You heard me?
Right. And so you're going to train 5 fighters tomorrow.
No, I already trained them. I'm going to corner 5
You're going to
fighters
corner
tomorrow.
5 fighters tomorrow.
Yes.
Be mic'd up. Commentate. All that. Man, that's amazing, man.
So you're basically going to be commentating like on the fight, like from the trainer's perspective on the fight, or are you commentating on the actual fight?
So listen. This is how cold I am with it. All right. This is how cold I am with it. What I taught my fighters to do, they're supposed to do in the gym. You feel me? So if they can't get it right in the gym, then they're not gonna get it right in the fight. You feel me? So I have done my work in the gym already. So in that 1 minute in that corner, that's between me and them. The rest of the fight, I'm gonna call like I see it. And that's what I always do. Whether it's my fighter, your fighter, I don't care who it is. In commentary, I always called it like I saw it. So it's easy for me to corner my fighter because I know that this is my fighter. But when I commentate, I got to give the fans what's really happening, whether it's my fighter or not. If he loses and getting his behind to him, I got to tell y'all that. If I see him finna run into something big, I got to tell y'all that. If
Right.
he's beating the hell out of this guy because he's doing this and doing that, I got to tell y'all that. So it's my duty to prove to people, to show people of how much I love this sport, that I can give everybody credit that deserves it. Whether you on my side or not, I don't care who coach you. If you're doing the right thing, you're doing the right thing. I'm gonna give you credit for that. That's what's wrong with us, especially as a race.
Oh yeah.
But that's what's wrong with people altogether. We don't be even giving credit when credit is due. You understand me? We feel like we can't tell somebody they're doing a good job just because it's not on our side. What you mean because it's not on our side? God made both sides. The creator made both sides. So if he's doing good and he on your side, he's still doing good. What's wrong with that? That's I'm not gonna curse or cuss my fight out because he can't do something. If he can't do it, he just can't do it. Maybe we gotta go back to the gym and get that right. But if this is happening, then that's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's happening. Whether it's my fighter, your fighter, his fighter, I don't care. Whether however it goes, after that bell ring, I'm a neutral man again.
Now
That's
I
what I'm
want to
saying.
ask
So you're a neutral man, like you. So you're going to give your fighter advice, assess the
Yes,
fight,
of course I am.
call the
Of course
fight
I am.
evenly, and are you going to speak on what you're speaking to your fighter about in the corner, or is it going to be a mic? Like, how's that going to look? Like,
If they ask me, I tell them, but I'm not worried about that. That's between me and the fighter. They ain't got nothing to
right?
do with what's going on out there in that middle.
Wow, this is
When I
going to be
speak on
interesting.
it, I'm speaking on that middle.
Man, that's
Wow,
epic.
that's going to be
That's
that's
epic.
gonna be
Now,
diabolical.
Roy, let me ask you this question. I want to ask you this question, right?
Talk to me.
Because this is something that always, you know, I'm great in my lane.
Right.
Roy Jones is a legend in his lane.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like Michael Jordan in his lane, right? And so on and so forth, right? The Jerry Rices, right? Tom Brady's. Not most of the time, they don't. When you have a great athlete like that, why is it so difficult for them to pass the? Like for instance, Michael Jordan is considered. People say he's not a good GM because he's hard to pick talent. And I always say, is it because they see talent through their eyes, what they can do, or do they see it from the grassroots, right?
Yeah.
So what makes it so difficult for legends to be able to pass that buck and say, hey, why can't Michael Jordan say, listen, this guy's gonna be great, that guy's gonna be great, or Tom Brady be, this guy, when Magic Johnson was in the front office, they said he had a hard time picking talent. Is it because you guys, that talent is so natural to guys like that's legends like yourself that it's almost like you should be able to do this? And I'm like, I can't do what Roy Jones could do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that natural ability to do what Roy Jones. I can't do what Michael Jordan could do. Why is it so difficult? But for Roy Jones, you able to pass the talent down. Is it the attention to detail for yourself?
There's 3 elements. The first one I'm gonna say for last. The second element is sometimes we are so gifted in what we do, and that's what people like to try to say about me, that I was gifted, but they don't know the hours, the time, the days, the night that I spent in the gym learning how to do basic things over and over and over and over again. You understand me? They don't know about those hours and those days. So what I can do in my sleep because I got so many hours of doing it awake. You understand me? Hard work, they call that. You understand? So if you understand and you were built from the ground up and you understood what you went through from the ground up, then it's kind of easy to sort of at least teach it. Don't mean that they're going to get it, but you're going to be able to teach it because you know how you was taught it. You understand every element of it. From the left side, the right side, the inside, the outside, you understand everything. That's the big thing about it. Number 2, some guys, if they do understand it, you got to be patient enough to know that everybody's not going to be as good as you at it. If you can't be patient with that, then you're definitely not going to be able to teach it. But number three is kind of 2 parts. A, you can't be jealous of somebody getting what you teach them and becoming better than you with it. And you got to use what God gave them as their weapon. You can't go make them be something that they're not. Whatever their genetic DNA is, It's what you gotta build upon. If you go there trying to make everybody be a Roy Jones or everybody be a Mike Tyson, everybody's not gonna be that. Their DNA don't say that. But you make them the best them that they can be, then you're doing something.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Clay. I
And you
know you
got
had
and you
some.
got and you got to tell them the truth about themselves, whether they want to hear it or not. You got to tell them the truth.
In today's
Yeah.
time, people don't want to hear the truth.
You got to tell them the truth. Like Cat Williams said, you got to tell them no. You got to tell them the truth.
You have to.
You got
Yep.
to tell them the truth.
Go ahead, Clay.
Yeah. Nah, man. First of all, salute, Roy. Definitely my. I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite fighter of all time is definitely you. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm doing terrible, but you was one of the most entertaining fighters I've ever seen in my life. I didn't understand the stuff you was doing, the windmills, the feints, putting your hands behind your back, I remember you coming to the ring with Method Man. I just remember all these different little moments. And I just, I tell people on the channel, I think the most devastating, but the biggest reality check I ever had in my life in this boxing space was you and Antonio Tarver. It was like, I couldn't believe it. It just completely changed my whole perspective on the game. But you always seem to be the type of person that just really ready to try something. So in all honesty, what you're doing right now, it doesn't surprise me. It surprises me as I'm hearing the different pieces. But if anybody's gonna do what's happening, it only makes sense that it's gonna be you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
But you took a lot of chances, man. You're a risk taker. Your athleticism, you're a big risk taker. Were you aware of the risk you were taking while you were doing what you were doing throughout your whole career? Or did you really were you unaware? Do you look back at some of the stuff and just ever look at yourself and be like, man, I was wilding right there. That was risky right there. That could have went the wrong way for me. Like, what were you thinking as you would decided to be this person that you were going to be in the boxing space?
I was always totally aware. And sometimes it's like what people don't understand is that when you do truly believe in the creator for real, and you know that he created you for a good cause, then not much really gonna bother you. You feel me? So for me, any inclination I got, I felt it was coming from there. So I gotta go try it. So I did know that when I went up to heavyweight, because nobody had done that in over 106 years. There was a reason nobody had did that in over 106 years. I knew that what happened to me in the second fight with Tarver probably was going to eventually happen because I lost 25 pounds of muscle. I had never lifted a weight until I went in for a heavyweight. That's my first time I ever lifted weights. I lifted weights, I put on 25 pounds of muscle. I won the fight. I offered to fight Mike Tyson, but they said Mike didn't really want to fight at the time. So I said, okay, well, I'll go back down and keep my word and fight Tarver. So I took off 25 pounds. And the first time, I actually beat him because my goal was to go back and recapture the light heavyweight title. Now the second fight, because people wanted it because they had seen nobody really give me any hard time, maybe Montel Griffin a little bit earlier. But I was just that guy. You said he gave me a hard time, well, let's go do it again. So, but I knew that my body wasn't gonna be the same because I took off 25 pounds of muscle. That's big.
How did you take off 25 pounds of muscle?
I don't even want to remember, bro. It was very difficult. I had to run every day in a sweatsuit. I had to put on Abilene every day. I had to not drink much water at all. I just had to dry myself completely out. And every day and I wasn't burning fat. I was burning muscle because all that 25 pounds I gained was muscle. So when you burn muscle, you turn your body down. And, but to give the fans what they wanted, I did anyway. And that's just who I was. I always wanted to try to do my best. If you paid attention to me, I tried to entertain you. And I tried that. I went down like that.
I don't think that the boxing space, I think that you spoiled us so much that you underappreciate it. Because when Roy Jones went up to heavyweight, it was like, if anybody could do it, yeah, Roy, like Clay said, oh yeah, Roy Jones, yeah, he could do it.
I knew you was gonna win that fight. By the way, I didn't care about the laws of nature and all. I'm like, yo, Roy, this is Roy. Like, right. I thought you was going to end your career undefeated. I didn't think it was possible to beat you. The things that you were doing, like the way you was moving, the way it was. You and James Toney, like there's certain fights is just that I remember where I'm like, yo, this dude's like the best on the planet. So yeah, man, I knew you was going to do it.
Before I lost that 25 pounds, you're right. None of them are going to beat me. You're 100% right.
And it just feels like, I just feel like and it's unfortunate, right? And I want to give you your flowers while you're here. And I think we underappreciate you in the sport of boxing because of the things that we saw from you.
Yeah,
and
I gave y'all so much. I gave y'all so much because my goal and my duty was to add on to what Ali gave me. Ali gave me so much that I had to build on it. So Ali did rap before he came, did rhymes before he came and fought his opponents. I did songs. Then I started incorporating the hip hop world. I had Method Man and Red Man. DMX bumped me out once. Not Fat Joe. Rick Ross bumped me out once. Just always try to do things to elevate and add to the scene of boxing, to make people pay attention and make people mindful that a boxer can think too. He can do things outside the box. It ain't just you can't play basketball before you fight. Yes, you can. If you practice and prepare yourself for it, yes, you can. The sky's the limit to what you can do. Quit letting people tell you what you can and can't do. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so Roy, were you aware? Did you have like a? Because you seem sporadic. You seem like if the opportunity was there, like you said, you took it. When you left the Olympics and you came into the professional boxing space, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel a need to like maybe recreate yourself, reinvent yourself? Did you think about it like this is the pro space? I'm gonna have to separate myself from everybody else. You just kind of just went off the wing and just kind of went with it. How you felt?
Nope. This is why I tell you again why people say and they don't understand me, but why I say I have such a deep faith in the Creator, right? What happened to me in the Olympics was the perfect thing. It was the perfect storm because they robbed me of a gold medal, which made me not want to let nobody go the distance right away for a long time. I was 17 and over 17 knockout. Then they gave me the Val Barker Cup, which said that I was the best fighter at the Olympics. If I'm the best fighter at the Olympics, why don't I have a gold medal for one?
Mm-hmm.
But since y'all calling me the best fighter at the Olympics, now I'm obligated to go show the world that not only am I the best fighter at the Olympics, but I might be the best fighter on the planet. And I might be the best fighter y'all ever seen.
But I didn't see. I feel like when you came into the professional space, I'm not saying the character because that would be saying it's not you, but you just became really animated. Like I mean, it was beyond what was going on in the ring as far as the boxing was. It was.
What happened was it's like a cat being let out of the cage. It's like I was cool because I was under my daddy's tutelage for a long time, but once I got away from my father, I got a chance to start being myself for real. And that's what you guys finally saw. Y'all saw what an untamed animal really looks like when he's set free. Or an animal that's been tamed up his whole life. You turn him loose and you get to see what he really can do. And that's what you saw.
And you segued. I'm kind of proud of myself. You literally segued into where I thought it was and what I wanted you to get into, and you went right at it, which is the father-son relationship in boxing today, and what we're seeing today with a lot of fathers and sons in the space. And I really wanted to get some perspective from you, with being as somebody that worked with his father and then had this time period after when you weren't working with your father, what the difference was and what you see when you see what's going on in the boxing space. You have any perspective on what you're looking at with a lot of these fighters? I'm not going to say names, but we know there's a lot of fathers.
We ain't got to say names. Here's the thing.
Exactly.
If your father is a friend, is an understanding parent, is like a big brother who understands that he got to let you be a man too, it's the best thing ever, because he going to give you everything he got. He going to tell you all his honest truths, and you can believe in everything he say. And it's like the best thing you could ever have, because what better to have somebody on your team that you trust and believe in, that knows a little bit more about life than you know. So it's a beautiful thing. But if your father's overbearing and want to be in charge of everything and always acting like it's him that people come to see, it's already a messed up situation, because it's not about him. It's supposed to be about you. When you figure out that he's making it more about him than he's making it about you, you're in a bad situation, and you better get out of it, or it's gonna cost you. We ain't gotta call no names, but
exactly
that's how the game goes. So what I look for when I see that is, are they friends? Hence, Lomachenko and his father, Joe Calzaghe and his father. Are they friends, or are they frenemies like me and my father were? You understand me? If they're frenemies, it ain't gonna work. If they're friends, then it's the best thing going.
Appreciate that.
When you look back at the situation with you and your dad, how did you get to the point where you say, you know what, I think I'm gonna have to do this separate from?
I'm gonna give you a short version of it because this will take us a long time because that's almost a book in itself. But when I was 13, there was an incident that happened with me and my father, and at the instance, I mean, I knew that to become a world champion in boxing, I was going to get away from my dad, and I knew that at 13 years old. And I had that conversation with a few people, but I knew at 13 years old, I'll never be champ if I stay with my dad. Now, lo and behold, God bless the dead, but in the 76 Olympics, one of my favorite fighters, he also won a gold medal, and he won a Val Barker Cup like I did for the most impressive fighter at the Olympics. His name was Howard Davis Jr. But his daddy ran his career. His daddy took charge of everything, I guess. And his daddy wanted to wait till he felt Howard was ready before he let him fight for a title. When he finally said he thought Howard was ready, he let him fight Jim Watt for the title, and Jim Watt beat him. In my humble opinion, God was showing me that to show me what happens if you let your father wait till your fire fizzle out and then let you go. So you got to be in control of yourself. I just felt like that was something God showed me to let me know that don't wait till the fire fizzle out or wait till he think you ready because he ain't got to go fight. You do. So don't wait till he think you ready. You got to go when you think you ready because you the one got to go out there and do it. And that was my second lesson. But it's a lot more deeper than that too. So I don't have time to go into all of it. But yeah, that's the gist of it.
Fun fact, Roy. Me and my mother and my little sister lived with Howard Davis for 3 years.
That's all right.
I lived with them. I lived with them for 3 years.
And he was my favorite fighter for a long time, bro. Then they never let him fight for a title, so Sugar Ray became my favorite fighter after that. For a while.
Man, you see, that's a small world. Yep, I lived with him for 3 years. So in today's time, you are building up fighters. You're having these fights with with BOK Prime tomorrow. When you look at today's fighters, what and it's the sport of boxing today from when you fought, right? Because when I have debates with people and they say, hey man, Roy didn't fight this or Floyd didn't fight this. And I'm like, did you know that Roy fought Bernard Hopkins here and he fought James Toney here? But you beat them so easily and so handily that it's like, again, like I said, I feel like you're underappreciated because people don't look at, when you look at their careers when they finish and you look, they're legends. Bernard Hopkins.
Two Hall of Famers, and I beat both of them in their prime, and I beat both of them in their prime with one hand.
And easy.
So it's a true testament of what it really is. But in today's boxing has changed because of seeing Floyd make so much money. Everybody try to do the Floyd route, but that Floyd route ain't for everybody. It's for Floyd. Floyd did a great job of that route, but that route just for Floyd. That ain't for everybody. Everybody trying to take that route now because they want to try to stay undefeated, so hopefully they can get that payday like Floyd got that time. But or the few times that Floyd did, Floyd started making a lot of money, and that's when people start aiming at making a lot of money. So when you start making a lot of money, it's a little different because you got to be selective of what risk you take, what risk you don't take, because it's more about the money than it is the fight. When I was fighting, it was more about the fight than it was the money. That's the only difference it is. Different from today than it was yesterday. When I was fighting, we didn't fight for money. We fought for pride, respect, honor, and we wanted to be the best. It's the same in basketball. In basketball, Michael Jordan didn't want to play with Larry Bird. Larry Bird didn't want to play with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson didn't want to play with Dr. J. They were all cornerstones. They built teams around them cornerstones to make for battle. So when they got down to championship time, who took their pieces and made the most out of it? But we knew who the leaders were. We knew who the best of those teams were. But we put both of them on one team. That's got to take away from somebody. You understand me? That means that don't allow everybody to be as great as they truly are. So if you take away or go join another one, then now you don't have to be you every night because he got your back.
Right.
We don't want that. We like in our day, we wanted you to show us who you was every day and teach them how to have your back that we don't know. So that we can find a superstar every different night because you make people around you better. And that's the one thing I gave Magic Johnson credit for all the time. In his career, Magic Johnson always made everybody around him play better. He even made Ralph Sampson win the MVP of the All-Star game one year. And Ralph didn't play that many years. Ralph had bad knees. But because of Magic, he got MVP of the All-Star game. Come on, bro.
Yeah. So when you look at today's fighters fighting, and it's a lot of, I don't want to fight him. He don't sell that much. He don't do this. And you have these fighters that you are starting to guide yourself. What's your thoughts on that part where you have, it's just the best not fighting the best?
It gets tough because for me, I already know my way. I don't know no other way. So I always tell them, I say, listen, if you want to pick and choose, I'm probably not the right coach for you, because what I teach you how to go out there and be the best fighting. I don't teach you how to go out there and be competitive amongst the fighters. I'm trying to teach you how to go out there and be the best fighter. You understand me? So anything they bring us, we ought to be able to solve it. That's what my mentality was. If I'm not teaching you enough to solve anything they bring, then I'm failing you. You understand me? But it's my duty to try to teach you everything I can teach you to have you ready for whatever may come down your street today. Because that's how I was raised. Whatever came down the street today is what we got to deal with. And y'all know that because y'all old school too. Whatever came down the street that day, that's what you got to deal with. You understand? When you go play a football game, whatever team comes that you meet in the sectional playoff, that's what you got to deal with. You can't go out and say, oh, we don't want to play that team, we want to play that team. No. Whatever showed up is what we had to deal with. You understand me? So I don't teach my fighters to go out and pick and choose and try to find this. No. We're going to get you the best that you can be so that you can go take on whatever comes your way. Whatever they bring, you're supposed to be ready for it.
And tomorrow night, Roy Jones is the legend. He's going to create history tomorrow night, once again on BOK Prime. The link is pinned up in the chat, so you could click the link and subscribe to BOK Prime, and you could watch Roy Jones tomorrow night. Create history once again. Go ahead, Clay.
Oh yeah, I want to ask. I have two questions. I have a closeout question because I really want to answer to this one. But before I go into that one, I want to ask. As a fighter, right? Was there a point in your career where you started to realize that, respectfully to the promoter, respectfully to the network, with all these different entities that were around you, these moving pieces that were invested in the Roy Jones business franchise that it became, where you had to put your foot down and make fights happen, that if you didn't make the fights happen, they wouldn't have happened off the strength of the promoters and the networks?
Honestly, I made the James 25 happen. My dad had already denied the fight one time. I didn't know it. My dad had turned the fight down once for me already. I had no clue. When I found out, I became irate. And I put my foot down right there and said, if you ever come back again, we are going to take it. And I don't give damn nobody say it's going to be a problem. So when it came back, we took it. But the first time, my dad said no, because he said I wasn't ready. And you know what that made me think about, right? When Howard Davis, they kept holding him. No, I'm not going to be here like that. That's why I told you I knew at 13 I was going to have to go. And then I had to put my foot down right then, get rid of my daddy, and get to moving while I still could, while that fire still burned.
Timing. And okay, I have one last question.
One second, Clay. Just stay right there with that. I saw it when you did the interview with Andre Ward, and you said that Top Rank, they essentially chose Oscar De La Hoya over you to be the main event in Mississippi.
In
and
my
you
backyard.
said right then and there, I'm not signing with y'all.
And that's a wrap. That's a wrap for them. That's over. This last fight we got to do, I'm obligated to. That's it. My lawyers even tried to get me to re-sign with them. No, that's it. They ain't gonna do me like that. You get me one time, shame on me. Next time, shame on you. So when they did that one time, that's enough for me. I'm out, and I bounced. Now it was crazy how I bounced. I ain't gonna go through all that, and because there's some whole other stuff. But it was crazy. But we'll talk about that another time.
Nah, you taking your career into your own hand. And, I think we see a lot of fighters today that we wish would have the heart and the aspiration that, fighters in your generation had, just the determination to be great. But I got my final question is, this was a significant fight in your career. Going into the Montel Griffin fight, you were a certain kind of fighter. You had aspirations of being undefeated. You didn't want to lose.
Right.
They took that away from you, right? They took that away from you. You had to find something else to motivate you. You had to find something else to go for, because that was no longer going to be an option for you. Roy Jones before Montel Griffin versus Roy Jones after Montel Griffin. What's the biggest significant difference between those two Roy Joneses?
Just the only difference was the Roy Jones at that Montel Griffin fight. The second fight, I came in with destruction on my mind. I didn't come in worrying about nothing but getting him out of there. After that, I went back to being me. Because I'm a cool, even keel guy. And I just love opportunity. So when I had a dream one night that I should fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. So I woke up, I went to Atlanta, asked Holyfield to fight me. He said no, he had nothing to gain. Everything to lose, but nothing to gain. I said, okay. So I went back. Lo and behold, he lost to Jaron his next fight. So Jaron said, I'll fight Roy Jones. What? You'll do what? He'll fight Roy Jones. I said, oh, this is perfect. There it is. So that's how I moved.
So that was that the new goal? Because it seemed as if, yeah, that man, it seemed like right after that is when all of a sudden it went to, you just were looking for different things to do and looking for some motivation. Yeah, challenges.
And guess what? You ain't got to worry about losing because they took your O away from you already anyway. So I ain't no sense to worry about that. So who won it?
It got even crazier, didn't it? It got even crazier.
Who won it? You heard me?
And just for the people that's asking in the chat, Roy and Oscar was on the same card, and they made Roy the co-main event
in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Yes, nothing against Oscar, but I was an '88 Olympian. He was a '92 Olympian. He's under me. I was the middleweight champ of the world. I don't even know if he had a belt yet. And I'm the co-main event in my backyard. Really? Okay, no problem. Thank you. I got you. That was another sign from God, from the Creator. Hey, it's time for you to get away from them, and that's what I did. You got to listen when he speaks to you. If you don't listen, you're going to always be in the dark. But when he speaks to you, you got to listen to him. If you listen, you're going to forever stay in that light.
Now, I saw an interview that I wasn't even aware of. Tommy Hearn said that at one point he wanted to fight you.
Of course.
Yeah, it was like 88 or something like that? 89?
No, I was way after that. It was probably 94, 95, maybe even 97.
Maybe
97, 98. Maybe 97, 98. Man, listen, I grew up on Tommy Hearns, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Tommy, and before I went up to heavyweight and came down. Before I went up to heavyweight, man, I love Tommy to death. I saw how Ray beat Tommy. I saw how Iran Barker beat Tommy. It's gonna be hard for Tommy to beat me. And what if I hit Tommy and do something bad or get him? I'm not gonna be like Larry Holmes did with Ali. I don't want to do that again because people hated Larry Holmes for that for a long time. Right. I want to be that guy. Tommy was somebody who set the course, help us set that course in boxing that we supposed to go on. Him and Shakur and Devin showed me what it's like when two undefeated fighters in the same weight class are supposed to meet. They did that. So when James Turner and me was in the same situation, they are the reason. They part of the reason I did that. Because when you got two undefeated guys, we weren't even in the same weight class. I was a middleweight. He was a super middleweight. But everybody wondered, well, most people thought he would beat me for sure, but still they wanted to know, well, which one I'm the best. I want to know. So I took it because when Tommy and Ray got to be WBA and WBC champ, both undefeated, they fought. So that was his time. That was his era. In my era was a different time, a different era. He had aged a little bit too. In his time, yeah, he would have been a tough fight because he's tall. He got a hell of a right hand. He'd been tough to deal with. I don't think he could have dealt with me because I felt like I was bigger than Ray. I feel like I was somewhat faster than Ray. And I feel like I also had to be stronger than Ray. So he'd have had a very hard time dealing with me. But in my prime, and he older, that wasn't really going to be fair. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. But he did try to fight me a couple times. But I won't do that.
Yeah. Do you think that you would have been able to unleash on him like you?
No, you would have had to because Tommy gonna come out there and try to kill you. The first time he hit you with the right hand, you're gonna have to unleash on him. He gonna knock you out because that's who you was. So you better go out there and unleash on him, and that's the problem. You can't take it easy on him. You understand? Because he punched too hard. So when he throw that right hand, he gonna make you forget about taking it easy. You better get him out there before he become a problem. Somebody be having to take it easy on you. You feel me? So He wasn't gonna be a fight that I could have coasted through. He's a fight that you got to go out there. You really got to go do that to him because he coming.
Do you feel like because you in the fights with Bernard and James, you really separated yourself in those fights? That when we watched the Hearns and Hagler fight, the Hearns and Leonard fight, they were more competitive than your fights with those two gentlemen, those two greats. Do you think that you get penalized because you just showed that you was a level above them?
Yeah, I get penalized because I didn't struggle with the guys in my era that was supposed to be my equal. Yes, I get penalized bad for that. But if you look at the amount of years, the amount of time, the amount of hours that I got spent working on doing everything that I did, you'd understand that. But it's not my goal to make people understand. I'm living in God's world, the Creator's world. I'm happy with what I got. Glad, thankful that I was able to do all the things that I've done and continue to look for more things to do tomorrow. I wake up looking for stuff to do.
A lot of people always, like you said, you worked on the details, and you were so gifted athlete. I always say this: Roy Jones is the greatest athlete I ever seen box.
100%,
hands down.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And I tell people, young people today, and they be like, "Hey, man, Floyd," and I'm like, "Listen, go watch Roy Jones." And they got to watch it on YouTube and things like that. So it's hard to them really to gauge.
It would amaze them today if they sat down and paid attention. It would amaze them because when they see what they're looking at now,
right?
When they see how many levels below what I was doing back then, the deep people are. Because you got to remember, I wasn't just boxing and winning. I was entertaining y'all while I'm boxing and not just winning, dominating, not even losing rounds. You heard me?
Right.
So.
I remember when you talked to the referee. Was it the Montel Griffin fight?
No. I told the referee to stop. No, it was one Montel Griffin. It was Benny Pezos. I told the referee, okay, you making me do this to him because you see down now.
Right, you backed up off of him.
No, that was no. I just opened my hands. I backed up off of Bryant Brenner. I said, ref, he done. Look, if I hit him again, he gonna go. No. I said, okay. And I went back in there and put them things on him, but now I gotta feel bad because you made me do that to him. He didn't have to take that. You know what I mean? You see, he was outdone already. That's enough.
Right.
But he said, get him out. They had to get him out.
Yeah. Was it difficult? There's not many people. There's a lot of great athletes in the world, but there's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one Roy Jones Jr. You know, was it difficult for you? Because I noticed something when I look at the Michael Jordan history. I study Michael Jordan. I study Roy Jones. I study Jerry Rice, the absolute legends of the sport. I like to watch you guys documentaries and things of that nature. Was it difficult for you to say, let me tame this athletic ability and let me take these hours and focus on the little details over and over and over again, when you could out athletic and out gift everybody, but you said, let me still focus on these little details. Let me focus on these little minute things that I need.
What's funny is I never believed that I was such a superior athlete as y'all called me. So I never believed it. I never thought that. I wasn't the guy that could just naturally dunk the ball. I had to do squats to dunk the ball. I wasn't the guy that could.
You got a phone call.
That gifted athletes can do. It's gone. I wasn't the guy that could do none of those things that a gifted athlete can do. I was the guy that usually got stuck in against a guy that was way bigger than him and had to figure out how to win. I was the guy that got stuck in with a guy that was older than him and had to figure out how to win. I was the guy that did with that spar with guys that were 4 weight classes above him, and I got to figure out how to win. So all that gifted stuff didn't mean nothing. I didn't know what that meant. I only heard that toward the end of my career. People start saying I'm the most gifted athlete. Well, if I was the most gifted, then I should have a hell of a vertical. I should be able to run the 100-yard dash pretty quickly. I should be very, very strong when it comes to lifting weights. I'm none of the above. So how am I so gifted? Yeah, I got hella reflexes. I got cat reflexes. I ain't gonna lie about that. And I got cat speed because I know how to use it. But I'm not as gifted of an athlete as people think I am. So when they say he's gifted, no, he's not gifted. He has some gifts, but he worked hard. But I never considered the gifts. You understand me? I never considered none of that as gifts because it was always somebody faster than me. It was always somebody stronger than me. It was always somebody pretty much everything more than me, more coordinated than me. I wasn't even that good of a dancer. So how could I be the most gifted athlete in the world? I know guys that could run circles around me on the basketball court, outrun me in football, basketball, anything. I was never the best athlete around. I just honed in on what I honed in on. I wanted to be like Muhammad Ali, but even better, I wanted to take what he left me and take that as far as I could take it. Because he took me to a level. Now it's my job to pick that stick up, right, to pick up that baton right there and go further. You understand me? Now you can say he was a great athlete, and why can you say he was a great athlete? He didn't use but 3 punches. He threw right hand, jabs, right hands, and hooks. Very rarely he threw uppercut. Never seen him hard throw a body shot. Never seen him bob and weave. Never seen him do none of that. He used a very limited amount of abilities and dominated the world with it. That's an athlete. And his mind. He dominated with his mind more so than his knowledge of the sport. He only threw a jab, right hand, a hook pretty much, and he dominated with this. Nothing else. That's an athlete. I didn't dominate with just this. I dominated with this, using these. Because I had to, because I wasn't like him. I wasn't as athletic as he was. You understand me? I couldn't out-quick everybody in my weight division. I had to figure it out. But I learned because of the way my daddy taught me. I learned the answer for everything. I became a mechanic that could work on any kind of car. When you got a mechanic like that, he a bad dude because he can fix anything you bring in the shop. Matter of fact, he can break down any engine you bring him. That's what I got. That's who I was. It ain't the athlete in me. It's the knowledge to break down them engines. I knew how to break them down. And until I lost the 25 pounds, this body was capable of breaking down any engine. You understand me? Any.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't stop until I lost them 25 pounds. But I
That's
knew
a
that.
fact, champ.
That's why nobody did it in over 160 years, because that's a hell of a thing to do.
That's a fact, champ. Preach.
So
that was heat right there.
I sacrificed to make history. That's what I did. And
Now,
I'll do it all over again. And I'll do it all over again if I had to, because that's who I am.
Now, I want to ask you 2 questions. I'm going to let you get out of here, champ. I know you got a lot to do.
Ooh, that was heat.
That was deep. Yeah, I got to clip that.
Was heat.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
If today's time, Roy Jones as a fan, just a fan of sport of boxing, if you can make one fight today, what would that fight be?
I make Bukale versus Zhang, the heavyweights. Because Bukale just beat Jared Anderson, and Zhang, he lost to Joseph Parker, who just beat Andrew Deontay Wilder. But Zhang is a good fighter, and Bukale is a good fighter, and they're both really, really big. It would be a good big man battle, and I would love to see that.
Throwback heavyweight fight.
If you could train,
and out of the heavyweights, I like to see Shakur versus Tank.
And if you look at a fight today and you say, I would love to train this fighter, who would that fighter be?
That's very difficult to say, because I don't really
no disrespect to
fighters like I don't really look at fighters like that. But the guy who I probably could help a lot is I probably could help any fighter, man. But you know who I like to see fight a lot is Bruce Ennis, because he has a lot of my traits, a lot of things I did he likes to do, and because he likes that, I can make him better at doing it. You know what I'm saying? So because I understand what he's trying to do, and I know in and out what he's trying to do, so I probably could help him a little bit more. But he would be a guy, but I'm not trying to lie with his dad's doing a great job. You understand? So, but he would be one that I probably would try to spend time with.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because champ, I always say, I'm glad you said that, because I always say, and I get absolutely slaughtered when I say he reminds me of Roy Jones, right? And people like, are you out your mind? And now, champ, you said he reminds you of traits of yourself out your mouth. Now, it's not from me; it's your mouth, right? What traits do you see in him? I see the athletic ability, the skill set, and the entertaining part.
The entertaining part, and if I could strengthen his IQ, he'd be something, because he wants to entertain. He goes out of the way to try to entertain, and I like that. So if I could strengthen the IQ with that willingness to go entertain, he'd be a monster.
I'm glad you said it, champ. I say it all the time, and I get slaughtered. They're like, man, you don't know boxing. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
listen, if you say Roy Jones, the greatest fighter of all time, you're going to get slaughtered. If you say Bruce Ennis reminds you of Roy Jones, you're going to get slaughtered. So what's work for how they say he ain't the greatest of all time, they're going to take down for saying that. But then when you say somebody remind you of him, they're going to say, are you out of your mind? He's way better than that. You know, right. So I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. Don't worry about it. Take the slaughter. Thank God that they got breath to slaughter you with, and that they listen and paying attention to what you're saying, and you just keep going.
How do you see the fight with Shakur and Tank and Bukale and Zhang playing out?
Bukale and Zhang is really, really interesting, because really what it's going to boil down to is who can take whose punch the better. You feel me? Can Bukale take Zhang's punch? Can Zhang take Bukale's punch? If they both can take the punch, it's going to come down to who has the most endurance, because they both are very big guys. You understand me? Very big, strong guys. So it's a tough fight to call. I would probably lean toward Bukale at first, but it's a tough one to call because Zhang is tough. And I know Zhang, so it'll be a good one. That's the one I would want to see. With the Tank and Shakur, that's a tough fight for both of them too, because Shakur gonna try to make the fight ugly and boring, which he should do. Don't give Tank what Tank wants. You know, you gotta box Tank outside. But Tank get close, you gotta tie him up or try to get out and get away from him. Because if you let Tank fight close and fight like he wants to fight, Tank gonna be a problem. And if Shakur does try to fight with Tank, he gonna feed right into what Tank wants. So it'll be what will determine it will be who's allowed to fight their fight. If Tank can fight his fight, he'll beat Shakur. But if Shakur can fight his fight, he'll beat Tank.
Now I know I said last question, but this is the last one. I forgot to ask you this. what's your thoughts of Turkey Al-Sheikh in the sport of boxing?
I think he's doing really good for the upper echelon of boxing, but what we still missing out on is the little guys, the grassroots. We spend all the money, but we spend all the money in the upper echelon, the guys with the names already. But boxing got to live on, so we can't just spend the money in the top and think the bottom gonna make it. How the bottom ever gonna get to the top? If you're gonna help the sport, you gotta help the sport from the ground up. You can't just help at the top. Cause now, what about the guys who got hair come to the top next? Or what about the guys that are in the bottom, in the middle, helping create these guys that we got at the top? You can't just give one class the money. You got to really divide it amongst the whole sport if you're gonna do it the right way. If not, then you're not treating the sport fairly.
Have you heard about the Turkey Al-Sheikh and Mauricio Suleiman coming together with the Turkey and the WBC making that tournament?
I don't get into people's business. I don't listen to much. I don't talk much. Okay. I don't say much. I don't do much. I don't care what nobody really doing. You know, if you call my name. All right,
well, Roy, hello. The prospects, they're doing a tournament once a year for the prospects under 26 years old.
That's a beautiful thing. That's once a year.
Right, I got you.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Right. So that's you already lost me there. Once a year is not enough. Can you imagine how many guys in how many weight classes are under 26 years old? You're gonna do one tournament? Do you think that's gonna really be enough? No, it's not.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you, champ. Do me a favor, champ. Just let the people know what you got going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, Roy Jones Jr. on BLK Prime. Tune in. I'll be cornering 5 guys, not the restaurant, but 5 guys. You understand me?
Not the restaurant.
I think Robin's burgers are better than 5 guys.
I'm just saying, I'm doing 5 guys. I don't know about Robin's burgers. But anyway.
He's like, don't put me in no mess. I ain't say nothing about it.
Exactly. So anyway, I got a kid named Chris Young who's a hybrid between me, myself, and Mike Tyson. I got a guy named James Wilkins, who's a New Yorker, who's gonna be a world champion one day. I got a guy named Andrew Murphy, who's from this area out here in Yakima. I got a guy named Dominic Roundtree, who's from Augusta, Georgia, but he's gonna be a real pleasure to see. And I got a guy named Shady Gamore, who's from Sweden. He's fighting a guy who fought a very close fight with Andrew Murphy. Wants to fight Andrew Murphy again, but Andrew Murphy's coming off of a shoulder surgery, right? So he couldn't fight him this time. But this guy feels like to get to Andrew Murphy, he got to beat Andrew's stablemate, which is Shady Gamore, who I train. So it's gonna be a really, really interesting card. But if you love boxing, tune in, because Camille that Floyd Mayweather has.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grooming Chris Young, who's the hybrid between myself and Mike Tyson. I'm grooming him so we can hopefully make them two come up and be the East and the West one day. It's gonna be a great thing. So you gotta always see. I look for the future of boxing. I don't deal with just the now. I deal with now and tomorrow. I'm always trying to find ways to make interesting fights down the line.
And how is it training when you're training? What goes into the mindset? How's the teaching goes?
I learned that it's like, if you think about it, the concept should be the same for everybody, but you got to learn how to teach people to use their strengths to their ability. Like I said, so it goes to genetic makeup. You use his DNA first. That's the first thing you got to work with. When you got to walk in the gym, find out what his DNA is. When you find that out, you know what kind of animal or what kind of monster you're trying to create. Can't make a racehorse out of a mule. And you can't turn a mule into you can't turn a racehorse into a mule, but you can't turn a mule into a racehorse either. So you got to know what you're dealing with.
Is it different? How is it different when you're doing heavyweights to smaller guys like that?
Heavyweights are usually bigger punchers, and they're not as technical as the smaller guys because they don't have to utilize as much. So I tell you, he dominated the heavyweight division basically with 3 punches. So heavyweights don't usually use as much. It's very rare you find a heavyweight that can throw stuff like Michael Dokes threw. Michael Dokes threw combinations like a middleweight, and he was a heavyweight. You don't see that often. So if you find one of those, you got a rare sight, something that should dominate for a while, but it's hard to find that. So when you deal with the heavyweights, you got to bring it down, bring the level, the IQ level down just a little bit because they're bigger, which means they're going to do less. And so since they're going to do less, then you need to teach them less so they can focus on what they need. I gotta give y'all too much. I gotta go. I can't be on the I gotta go. Y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all next time.
I stay quiet.
All right, champ. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, champ. All right, man. Thank y'all. Tune in. BLK Prime tomorrow. Whatever y'all do, check it out. Y'all gonna love it.
Yes, the link is right there in the chat. Click the link right there in the chat for BLK Prime. You can check out Roy Jones tomorrow, creating history, doing multiple different things. He's going to be the commentator, training, corner man, and be mic'd up.
Five fights. That's going to be crazy to see. I'm definitely going to catch it, man. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to definitely catch that. Yeah, man. Look, man, Roy is just like the epitome of like these fighters today. I mean, outside of like, you got a handful like Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Is somebody who I think has that same like fire that he has in him, just the need to challenge himself and, fighting just because somebody say he can and things of that nature. But man, Roy was just a different animal, bro, just all around, bro. I'm telling you guys, man, when that night against Tarver turned my whole boxing mindset around. It was like, it hit my psyche, bro. It messed with me, bro, for days, literally. You know what I'm saying? After that fight, because I couldn't believe it, man. I didn't think it was possible for him to lose, bro. I'm telling you, I just didn't think it was. So amazing, amazing mind state, and also his perspective on the whole father-son relationship, in the space was interesting, right?
Yeah,
like he's right, the dynamic where it makes sense versus when it doesn't make sense, right? Like if the father is like, like Bozy stays back. You know what I mean? He doesn't like to be in front of light, but then you have these other fathers who you can see they become their own characters and they become popular in their own right and stars in their own right, and they always want to be in front of the camera. They feel like they're the ones who are supposed to be in that space. They're the ones who can do it. And talked about how toxic that can be. Like literally, you can't reach your potential with that type of energy around you as a fighter. And then this is when they become men, right? Blue, like you're a boy being raised by your father, but at some point the man in you has to step up to the surface and be like, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Love you for getting me this far, but the man in me, we can't coexist in this way. The dynamic has to be understood that I am the front guy. I'm the guy, and you're not. You're not the guy. So I can't allow you to keep on doing what you're doing. Some of these father-son relationships are interesting, man, when you watch them in the boxing space, to see like these boys that have grown into men, 23, 24, 25, 26 years old with children and everything, but you can still see the father-son relationship kind of playing out in a way where you're like, at what point are you going to change this? At what point is this dynamic going to change, and you're going to let them know that it's your time? You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Salute to MD Entertainment in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on the super chat. I appreciate you, Blue, Roy Jones, and Clay. Salute, family.
Salute, MD.
Brother Sam in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. He said the best boxer to play with a fight night is in the building. Salute, Blue Blood Sports TV. Salute to Sam. Oh yeah,
that fight night, he was a cheat code.
It was not even fair. You couldn't use him, remember? Like,
the only way you could beat him was with him, and to be two Roy Joneses playing in the ring against each other. The only way. If you playing with your friend, he picked up Roy, it's like, let me just pick up Roy, bro.
Yep.
So we can have a real fight, because other than that, I'm gonna be upset because you're gonna be just doing stuff that's not scientifically possible.
That he was actually doing.
Right, that he was actually doing, but none of my fighters I could pick are going to be able to do nothing about it, so I'm not even going to pick nobody else. It was like the Chicago, remember that NBA Live with the Chicago Bulls, where he was just OD? It was like, come on, man, y'all wilding, bro. And
Technoball with the Bears, remember? With Walter
Payton.
Yeah.
With Walter Payton, yeah. Was it the Bears? Yeah, it was the Bears, Chicago, yep. It was ridiculous.
Remember, you could run all the way back to one end zone and then run off.
Knocking him out. Just knocking him off. It was ridiculous. Sometimes it would be rapid fire. Multiple dudes. Like, how is he doing this?
Salute to Jay Nadaya in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. Salute Blue, Clay, and Roy. Salute to your family. Jay Petty City, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. Blue, Clay, and Roy, the GOATs for this. Hit the like and hit the subscribe. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Salute.
Now, Clay, I wanted to ask you this, right? Let me get these other couple of super chat.
Yeah, and Bo Jackson, y'all right. Bo Jackson was definitely a problem as well.
Oh yeah, Bo Jackson, yeah. Cheat codes.
Straight up.
But remember, Bo Jackson was a cheat code, but the Bears had the defense and Walter Payton.
Exactly.
It had both. Salute to Chaz Bleak, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on this in the super chat. Salute, Blue, and your co-host. And what's up to the great Roy Jones Jr.? Salute to the king. Salute to you, king. Yeah, he was definitely a cheat code.
100%.
Couldn't use Roy in fight night. Nah. I used to play in the barbershop. Nah. Can't use Roy. Couldn't use Roy, boy.
And
the thing is, you can use him. Remember, you can use him in multiple weight classes. That was the thing.
Oh yeah, bro. Roy was beating up everybody.
Mm-hmm. Salute to the great brother Fred Natera in the super chat. He said, "Thanks for hosting my favorite all-time fighters." Salute to you, King. Freedom March, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. Much love, family. So Clay, I wanted to ask you. I feel like I missed super chats.
Yeah, you got one more dogfight.
Dogfight, right? I can't find it. Is there one
right at the bottom? All the way at the bottom. He's the last one.
He's the last one.
Came up right above Fasholi now.
I didn't miss
one.
No. Okay. Good. Dogfight, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on the super chat. Roy was dropping gems. Great show. Salute to you, Dogfight. Much love, family. So Clay, did you
Roy would have got held up here? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'd have put a good 3 hours out. Like, he definitely got abused.
And he wanted to stay. You see him like, you're like, man, I gotta get out of here, man.
He was about to get abused, bro. I'm telling you, they're gonna be like, damn, bro, he was gonna let. I had so much to talk. His career is a movie, man. They need to just make a movie on this dude and call it a day, bro, because that's how ill he was, man. But yeah, go ahead with the question. My bad, bro.
So Clay, I wanted to ask you, did you hear the interview Eddie Hearn did regarding Boots and Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah. I mean, it was all he was talking about a lot of stuff, but I did hear the segment when he talked about Boots and Teofimo. Man, Eddie's listen, bro. First of all, I have no problem with Eddie Hearns and how he's moving. I think he's a motivated, ambitious promoter, bro, who loves boxing. He wants to be part of the conversation in the biggest boxing matches in the world. And it's not easy to play the position that he's in right now. In a new market, it's not easy. You got a very ambitious fighter in Jaron Boots Ennis who has a lot he wants to accomplish, and he's determined to do that. Eddie Hearn's job is to try his best to go ahead and facilitate that for Jaron Boots Ennis, right? While giving him the best advice he can give him on how to move, how he thinks he should approach it. But ultimately, when Boots puts his foot down about what he wants, he has to honor that over everybody else's ambitions or goals or thoughts on how Boots should be moved. And Boots is determined to unify at 147 pounds. He's very determined to do it. So yeah, Teofimo Lopez is coming up in the conversation. Virgil Ortiz comes up in these conversations, but he has a responsibility to honor what Boots wants. And Boots had to even make it clear to him, like Eddie said in that interview, to say, yeah, I hear you, but what I want is this. And he's like, nah, I hear you. So, Teofimo is ultimately not a priority. You know what I'm saying? He's just not a priority. It's very realistic for it to happen if all the other things that Boots wants to accomplish are not available. So if these these unification title fights aren't available, Teofimo is a legitimate option. I think it's hard for people to hear that sometimes. It's like, oh, come on, but he has to go at the speed of Boots. And I don't see nothing wrong with it, man. And I think Boots is also making the right choice as well. I think Boots is staying at 147 pounds. He's sacrificing to stay down there. He could easily go up to 154 and be a stronger, more confident fighter. If he's going to be in fights at 147, especially dealing with the rehydration clauses and all the things that come with holding an IBF title, it should be for unification. It should be honestly unification or bust. If I'm not unifying, I might as well just leave. That's what it should be. Teofimo is an opportunity to make some money and things of that nature, but he's really not part of the conversation as far as what Boots has always been clear about. He's been determined to accomplish in that division. Teofimo doesn't check any of those boxes.
Salute to Trail Will, my brother. in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. The pound for pound channel with the pound for pound champ of all time. Salute Blue, Clay, and Roy. Salute to Trill Will. Appreciate you, family. And so my thing is this, right, Clay? Is that Eddie Hearn has man, why do I keep forgetting this dude's name?
Mario Barrios, Conor Ben.
No, Stanionis is mandatory.
Right.
Right. Guyasov.
That he's willing to pay him off, right?
Like, money.
Yeah.
So that way, Boots can unify with Stanionis, because you heard what Eddie said, right, Clay? He said that he made an offer to Mario Barrios. This is how much for Boots. This is how much for Conor Ben.
Right.
I'm feeling like that offer was bigger for Conor Ben.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. I mean, Blue. At times, I sit back and I
gotta turn my heat on, man. It's cold in here.
All right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. At times, I step back and I really think about this situation, and I hope that you guys will always understand that my perspective is always. I'm always just trying to be a good critical thinker and just try to think of these things in a practical way. Conor Ben is home team for Eddie Hearn, right? We there's no reason not to acknowledge that, right? I know in the perfect world, in an ideal situation, everybody's treated equally, right? But in reality, Conor Ben is home team for Eddie Hearn, and he's not only home team for Eddie Hearn because they're both from the UK. He's home team because of a relationship built over years of trying to make matches, of weathering the storm of these PEDs and him standing next to Conor Ben, and Conor Ben standing next to Eddie Hearn. And, the same thing as far as a relationship between him and Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, and anybody else on the roster, right? So Boots and Eddie Hearn are building a relationship. They're having experiences. They're both trying to get somewhere, but there's a relationship being built along the journey, and it'll get stronger and stronger the longer it goes, and things will manifest out of that relationship. Without a doubt, I could believe that if it comes down between making a fight for Conor Ben and Mario Barrios, and as far as making money, and Jaron Boots and Mario Barrios, the offer is probably going to be a little bit better for Conor, possibly, right? Why? Because at the end of the day, Conor is representing another demographic. You know what I mean? Now, it could be the other way as well, too. There's also potentially more money because it's a unification, because Boots brings that unification. But he also has to sweeten the deal for Mario Barrios, because Mario Barrios may look at the fight to be an easier fight with Conor Ben. And he's looking at the fight with Jaron Boots Ennis to be a way more difficult fight. So the offers are going to represent all those intangibles. And they're not going to be the same, right? They're not going to be the same. He's going to have to figure a way out to balance it to where it makes sense for Mario Barrios to take it for Jaron Boots Ennis, which is probably going to be more money, right? But with Conor Ben, he's going to offer him a competitive rate, but also it's an easier fight for Mario Barrios from Mario Barrios' perspective. So Mario Barrios ultimately pulls the trigger on who he wants to fight against. So we don't know. We can't look at two offers. Without a doubt, Conor Ben and what Eddie Hearn's offering for Conor Ben, for Mario Barrios to fight Conor Ben, and vice versa for Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be two completely different offers, 100%. 100%, man. And exactly, Robert Channing, Conor's more popular. There's so many different intangibles to take into consideration. I would say we should try our best to stay away from turning this into some he's going to do this and do that and start to try to understand the business of it when we're talking about the business of it. When we're talking about a boxer fighting a boxer and two fighters fighting each other, I choose to stay out the business. I'm more concerned about the fight happening. But if we're going to be in the conversations of talking about Eddie Hearn and the decisions that he's making, then of course we have to factor in the business of boxing into his thought process to make it more sense when we finally see the decision that he makes, to make it make more sense to us when we see it happen. Hope that doesn't go over your head. Hope that made some sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, Southwest Sides, it's his career at the end of the day. And I think people really also, holding Eddie Hearn accountable for all these decisions that he's making. You got to hold him accountable, but it's not always diabolical. It's really just working with what you got, right? Playing the cards that you get. These are the cards that I have. He has a motive too. He has ambition too. He has intention as well to make his promotional company the biggest promotional company in the world, to be part of the biggest fights that could be made in the world. You know what I mean? To facilitate and bridge those relationships between the best fighters, the best promotional companies, the networks, to be part of that, just like his father. He has a legacy as well that he's trying to pay attention to. So we got to think about all that, man. We really got to think about all that when we're looking at the way these things are being negotiated. What you said, Denzel, Conor is only more popular in the UK. Hey, man, yeah. I mean, maybe it is just in the UK. I always look at the UK as like the world to a degree, right? Because I know that it's more internationally friendly, whereas America is more niche and it's more here. Everything is here in the States. We're real arrogant, you know what I'm saying, national people, right? Americans, we're real arrogant, us against the world, whereas in the UK, they seem to embrace the international energy a little bit more. So you'll see Anthony Joshua pack out a stadium with 90,000 people in there. Everybody in there ain't from London, right? People from all around the world will come out there and come out to box, whereas in America, it's really just focused over here. I think it's just a different demographic, bigger demographic in the UK. Hey, do you think T.O. is ever going to fight Devin? Maybe. They should. I'll tell you that, Alan. They should, in my opinion. Will they? I don't know. Today's fighter is not the same as what we just had on this channel right now with Roy Jones. With Roy Jones, you almost would guarantee it. If you would have asked me if Roy Jones is going to fight Bernard Hopkins one day back in there, I'd be like, hell yeah, no doubt in my mind, they're going to fight. If you'd have asked me if he's going to fight James Toney, yeah, of course they're going to fight. If you would have asked me anything, I would have been way more confident. Today, these fighters just aren't wired the same, man. They might not fight each other straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys will celebrate them regardless.
It's a crying shame.
You know what I mean?
It's a crying shame. It's a crying shame that you even just think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Clay? Imagine we watch the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always use these because they're popular figures, right? Imagine watching the NBA and like Kevin Durant and LeBron never played against each other.
Unfathomable. It would destroy the whole structure and the credibility of that sport.
Right.
Immediately.
Imagine watching NBA, Magic and Bird never played against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine watching the NBA and saying Michael Jordan and Magic never going to play against each other.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
In today's time, we got to actually consider, like you just said, hey, they might not never play against each other. What? They might not ever play. Like you said, Clay, it was never a possibility when in Roy's era where we's like, man, they might not ever fight.
Impossible. I couldn't even imagine it.
Impossible, man. Today's time is very, like you said, it's very possible, and that's a crying shame, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a crying shame that shouldn't even in the same weight class. They in the same weight class. And been in the same age, same weight class, same era, Clay.
Right. And Exit to Red. Yeah, man. I don't remember asking for that fight like that. I remember that'd be a fight that maybe that fight would have made sense. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never asked for no Darius Z, Mikhail Zukuski. I don't know who that guy is.
It's just sad, man.
Right. I never any fight that I thought, Roy, when I thought of Bernard Hopkins, when I thought of James Toney, when I thought about if I thought about whether they fight, they fought. Even Kawasaki fought ultimately. You know what I'm saying? Like all the fights I thought he'd fight, man. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I never thought that way. I mean, even with when Sean Porter and Terrence and Errol and Danny and all them, I never imagined them not fighting each other either. This is recent, this energy. Even back then, a couple of years ago, about 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't imagine those guys not fighting each other. But today, these guys won't fight each other, man. They will not fight each other, bro. They will end their career, retire, walk away, do whatever they do, and not fight each other. It's very possible. You can't call it. You can't say you can guarantee that you're going to see them fight each other. I'm telling you.
And Clay, they okay with it.
Oh yeah, the fans are totally okay with it.
The fan and the fighters.
Right.
Nasty.
Yeah, the fighters are okay with it because they're getting paid regardless because the fans are paying them. So as long as the fans are cool with it, if you what the fighters like, if the fans like it, I love it. Let's do it.
Right. You like it, I love it.
Yeah. It's changing the whole culture of the sport. And when you have somebody, when we have somebody like Roy Jones come up on this channel, on this platform, and speak about the drive he had and what was going through his mind when he was doing certain things, just the way he was in the ring, the extra step he would take in order to separate himself amongst his peers, to be the greatest, what he compared himself to, that he always was thinking about Ali when he was moving around. So he had to rap like Ali, rap and do something like Ali. He multitask. The chances he took in the ring in order to showcase the talent. What fighters today are moving around with that energy? And I think that's the big thing that you see when you look at Jaron Ennis, when you comparing him to Roy, is his heart, his willingness to take chances, the chances he will take in order to make a show. That's the main thing. Roy talked about the IQ and putting all those different intangibles in place that would make Jaron Ennis the closest version to him. But ultimately, the foundation to it all, and what I'm sure Roy sees in it, and I definitely see in it, is his willingness, the heart he has, the daredevil spirit he has in him to take chances and do things and take chances that can end up in him getting hurt, to go ahead and shake up the game, bro, and give the fans something they ain't never seen before.
Trick Nolte, right? Man, got my brother Trick Nolte in the building. What's up with you, Trick?
Salute, Trick.
No, you're right, Clay, man.
That stuff right there is exciting. That's what I like. I'm being real with you. Keyshawn Davis excites me like that. You know what I mean? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see him in the ring, man, I see him. He's a daredevil, bro. He'll dare to be great in there, bro. When I seen him fight against Miguel Medueno, I seen him dare to be great. This guy thought he was going to muscle him all around, moving. He stayed in there. The price was going to be high if he didn't block that right shot, if he didn't slip that right shot, if he didn't return. It was going to be a high price. He stayed right up in there and said, nah, bro, my greatness is inside the paint. My greatness is right here. This is where greatness happens, is right here in the paint, right in the danger, as I'm slipping shots and they're inches away from my face. You know what I'm saying? And I'm moving around and I'm making it happen. And I'm fighting on the inside and I'm not letting them push me back. Man, those fighters don't really exist like that. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz, who also is willing to pay that price. There's some fighters who show that characteristic, you know what I'm saying? But the biggest stars in the game, I don't know if they necessarily carrying that same energy, man. You know what I mean? So, William, in my opinion, what are the fights we boxing fans need to see in 2025? Oh, you pull it up. That's a good question.
Salute to great brother Sam in the super chat, dropping that dub. I want to send super chat. So Blue, in you and Claymore opinion, what are the fight we boxing fans need in 2025?
That's a good question.
Tank.
Right.
I want to say Canelo Benavidez, but it's like,
yeah,
it's so far-fetched now.
It's almost not realistic.
Yeah, and Clay, I don't know if you saw it today, but they made the WBC made it the mandatory.
Yeah, they made Errol Spence, right?
No, they made Morel Benavidez.
Oh, the mandatory for Dimitri. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I did see that on Twitter.
So I can't say Crawford Canelo because that's a different breed. Peace of blessings.
I'm definitely saying that. That's definitely a fight I want to see for sure.
Yeah, but it's not a fight that's like a more of a leap to be great, right?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it just as bad as all these other fights, if not more than some of these other. But I want to see that fight bad. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to see it bad, but what I'm saying is like it's more of a fantasy fight than a legit fight, right? What I mean by that is like Keyshawn and Tank Shakur, they're in the same division.
Right. Those are important fights within their own rights. But I think era-wise, when will we get an opportunity to see the caliber level of a Terrence Crawford, who's a generational, literal to the definition of the word talent, which means we're not going to see another one behind him for a long time who has the heart and the ability, because having the heart is great, but actually having the ability to translate this skill set he's built from 135, 140 pounds to compete with a face of boxing like Canelo Alvarez, who's as accomplished he is at 168 pounds. This is Roberto Duran. You know what I mean? Like, this energy is not too many people get to live to see this. You have to watch this on replay, right? If you didn't live in that time period. I think that fight is significant and huge, game-changing possibilities in a fight like that being made. But definitely, I don't know, man, but a fight of the fights, man. The fight of all fights, to me, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez.
I think that would be the biggest fight in boxing.
Right? And the fight of all, there'd be a fight. Like, Terrence would be fighting, bro, and Canelo would be fighting. It would be a fight, bro. Like,
I don't think it's a fight that has to happen.
No, it doesn't have to happen. Well, I think what did you mean by has to happen? Like, you said in our opinion, right? Like, for us, right? Like, what has to happen for us?
I thought he said that has to happen. So, Blue, and your claim on
what are the fights we boxing fans need to see?
Yeah, so like
okay.
We need Tank versus Keyshawn or Shakur.
Right.
I think we need Devin and Ryan rematch.
Yes, I agree.
I want to see Devin and Teo, or Devin versus any one of them as well. We getting the Bivol rematch. So the winner of that fight versus
Benavidez, that's a big fight. I want to see that fight. Yep.
We need that because Benavidez needs his opportunity.
Word.
Inoue versus not what's his name?
Not
what the hell is Nakatani?
Yeah, I can't remember, something like that. I think it's Nakatani. Somebody help us in the chat. I could look it up and find it, but Plant versus Boo Boo.
What's the name? Nakatani, right?
I think it's Nakatani. Yeah, I could look it up.
We need that fight, and Junite, is that his name? Ergo? Yeah, Junite. Not what? Yeah, that's his name.
Junto Nakatani. That's it. It's Junto Nakatani. Yeah. I'd like to see Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant go at it. That'd be nice.
I'd like to see Jamal Charlo and Andre.
Yeah. Caleb versus Edgar is good too. Caleb versus Edgar is a good fight too.
I like Jamel come back and fight Bakram or somebody.
Bakram, okay. I don't know, fights that we need to see. I think we said them all. I mean, definitely Shakur and Tank is definitely one. For me, Terrence and Canelo. Any heavyweight fights that I really need to see? I don't know. I want to see Daniel Dubois just compete. I'm excited to see him compete next year. I'm excited to see him against Joseph. I hope he wins against Joseph, and I'm excited to do great things. I think he's a throwback fighter. Who else? I don't know. I got to think about it. That was a nice little, that's a good question, man. I got to really think about it to make sure I don't miss nobody. I want to see Keyshawn versus Tank. Y'all already know that. So
Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Fosa.
Yeah, I want to see either Rafael Espinosa and Emmanuel Navarrete, or I want to see either Raymond or Shaki Fosa versus Emmanuel Navarrete for sure. One of those guys. I want to see that happen. I want to see Emmanuel Navarrete fight one of these guys. I think that's going to be a big fight. Big fight. Shushu versus Figueroa. Yeah, I want to see Shushu get a belt next year. How about that? I'd like to see Shushu go for a belt next year, get a title shot next year. That's
Brandon
what
I'm sorry, brother, but I'm back in the gym working out, and I got to eat in a timely fashion, brother. I'm sorry, brother, but
was somebody complaining?
Yeah, he said, Blue, go into your corner for 60 seconds until you're done eating.
Man, listen, you look crazy. Brandon, Pierre. We Haitian too? Brandon Pierre? Or are you from Canada? I think Brandon Zoe. Brandon Pierre.
I gotta eat.
Brandon Pierre. No, it's Evan Pierre. Evan Charles Pierre, a friend of mine in New York. I was sitting here like, damn, bro, hold up. Nah. No doubt, man.
Eventually, Clay, there's going to be a demand for Keyshawn and Shakur. They ain't gonna be able to avoid that, especially if one of them beat Tank.
Yeah, there's gonna be a demand, but somebody's gonna have to leave the division, or they're gonna have to fight, bro. It has to. Legacy is important, man. You guys aren't raised in the same house. This friendship that you guys have is adorable. You know what I mean? It's brother fraternal. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing going on. But the reality is, the legacy waits for no man. Legacy waits for no man, bro. And if once the unification happens for Keyshawn, and something happens between Tank and Shakur, listen, man, Undisputed is right there for somebody, and it's a big fight. If you're not going to go to somebody's going to have to go to 140. Don't hold this division up on some nonsense. Straight like that. Don't hold this division up. Somebody needs to go to 140.
But that's the problem, Clay. Even if they go to 140,
they're going to bump into each other again.
They're going to have to shake. Eventually, they're going to end up at a point where the demand is going to be there.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. They're the same size.
I mean, yeah, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. That friendship, I was talking about a little bit earlier today on the show that I just can't imagine Shakur and Keyshawn's friendship not being tested at some point through this journey. Something's going to hit, because if you guys are making a big deal of it like this, to where you guys are saying you won't fight each other, it's because you're saying that you understand that if you fight each other, that your friendship is going to be on the line, which I can respect it to a degree, but at the same time, I don't respect it, because you guys are fighters, man, and you won't be the first friends that fought each other and were friends afterwards. You won't be the first ones to do it. Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford did it. You know what I'm saying? They're friends to this day. It's part of it. Are they as close as you and Keyshawn? Probably not. I don't know. They weren't in the same camp and things of that nature. But man, we talking about legacy here, man. And both you guys are legacy fighters. Y'all want to be great. Y'all not just prize fighters. You guys are aiming at legacy. I know what kind of fighters I'm a fan of, bro. You guys are legacy fighters, bro. They should fight each other. They need to go get some therapy, sit in front of a therapist, figure it out, bro, and get over themselves, bro, and make this fight happen, bro. Just make it the biggest fight possible when it does happen. Just make it a unification for Undisputed. You know what I mean? We won't fight each other unless we both get all the belts or something. I don't know. And I'm saying that we're doing it for Undisputed. But this whole, just under no circumstances is going to happen. Nah, man. It don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry.
Do you feel
y'all sound real young?
Do you feel a demand, before you answer this question, but I want to ask you this question before I forget. Do you feel the demand for Shakur and Devin right now? But Nick J said Shushu going to have a hard time getting piece of us to the chocolate drop, making 50% of the queens of the ring. Nick J, she's in the building. But she said, unfortunately, Shushu going to have a hard time getting the belt at 126.
I don't think so. Why do you say that? Why do you think that he'll have a hard time? Why?
Because of the champions there.
Why? Because we got Nick Ball, we've got O'Shaquie Foster, not O'Shaquie Foster. We got Nick Ball, we've got I can't remember his name right now, but it'll come to me. We got him. We've got Rafael Espinosa.
Which one of them you think Shushu could beat right now?
Who he could beat? He could beat any of them. He could beat any of them. Who's he likely to get the fight with?
No, I'm saying, who you favor him to beat right now?
I think he beats Angelo Leo, and I think he beats Nick Ball. I think he brings what Raymond Ford got, but with a little bit more pedigree, a little bit more. Shushu got that dog in him, man. Raymond got it too, without a doubt, but Shushu got that. I think he could beat Nick Ball, and I also could see him and Nick Ball fighting each other. I could see it happening. I can see it happening. Why, you don't see him? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Rafael Espinosa is gonna be a tall order, bro. I ain't gonna. That's gonna be difficult, man. He's a dominant force at 126 right now. I really just kind of want him to leave 126, to be honest with you. I want him to go to 130 a little bit. He's scary, bro. He's scary, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I think Shushu can beat him because of Shushu's bigger than Robisi.
Yeah, but Shushu's at 130. I mean, not Shushu. I'm thinking about Oshaki. Yeah, Shushu's a good fighter, man. Super amateur. Like, this guy is really the goods, man. He's really the truth. I got faith in Shushu. You know what I'm saying? His last two performances were, especially not his last one. The last one was decent, but the one before that, he really kind of like didn't have a good night. But he's a great fighter, man. He's a great fighter. He can get Nick Ball, man. He can get him. Nick Ball could definitely get Shushu, though, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Think he could be, yeah. It's just gonna be tough, though, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be a hard fight, man. But it'll be a good money with Turkey.
Back to the question I was asking you, though. Do you feel a demand for Devin and Shakur right now, since Devin, there was more of a demand before the Ryan Garcia fight, and it kind of faded, but do you see a demand for it right now? Like, do you feel like that's a fight that needs to happen? It kind of feel like it faded, don't it?
Devin is fading. Devin needs a fight. Devin needs to get in the ring, man. Devin needs to make a fight happen. I mean, he needs to make a fight happen, man. I'm gonna keep it simple right there, and land my plane there. He need to fight. He need to build. He need to show the world that he's still here, man. He need to show the world that he's still here, bro. And he needs to show them in the ring, not on Twitter. Not on Twitter, bro. Not with little videos of him and Mickey Bay doing mitt work, and him not working with Nate. Was it Nate Jones that he working with? But that's cute. That's adorable. That's adorable. Like, we like to see you in the gym, man. Make a fight happen. Make a fight happen. They lowballing him. He needs to accept the fact that they might not be lowballing him. They might be paying him what they truly think he's worth. At the end of the day, he needs to get in the ring. He needs to get in the ring. And I know Bill and Devin watch this show. And you guys know, like, I don't be talking down on you guys like that. I really be trying to celebrate you guys, because I really appreciate what Bill does with Devin, the father-son relationship. I've always appreciated Devin's hunger to challenge himself and to be legacy-driven, and, you know, the youngest undisputed champ, blah, 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 blah. I celebrate it all, bro, but I got to call a spade a spade. Y'all got to make it happen. A fight needs to come full circle. I don't care who it is at this point. Oscar Duarte, I don't care. You need to get active, brother. So, yeah, instead of being long-winded about it, no, I don't think nobody give a damn about Shakur and Devin fighting right now. Not at all. They want to see Shakur in there with Tank. They want to see Shakur up in there with Keyshawn. You know what I'm saying? They want to see him up in there with Vasily. They want to see unification conversations. They want Shakur to be focused on 135-pound business. That's what they want. And they want to know what the hell Tank is going to do. I mean, not Tank, Devin going to do. Devin, are you 140? Or you 147? You going to go fight Jalil? Or are you going to stay at 140? You trying to unify? Are you a champion in recess? Are you going to fight for your belt? You're going to fight the winner between Alberto Puello and Sandro Martin? Are you going to fight in Saudi Arabia, fight Oscar Duarte in one of those cards and get paid money? I've heard every rumor. I've heard about you fighting Oscar Duarte in Saudi Arabia. I've heard about you fighting Jack Catterall. I've heard all the rumors. When are we going to pull the trigger? I see Bill saying something great for 2025. I believe you, but we're definitely dying, anticipating, trying for you guys to go ahead and let us know what's going on in the ring. In the ring. Outside the ring is adorable. In the ring, we want to know what's going on.
I think that people, I don't think that Devin's fading. I think that is actually at a high, because I think that the demand that people want to see him compete right now, the anticipation to see how he looks, see how he comes back, it's at an all-time high. I think that the promoters are taking what happened with him and Ryan and trying to devalue him. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that's happening with fight. Just fight. And we'll, all that'll start changing. Give us something to talk about, Dev. Give us a fight. So me and Blue can sit here, break it down, talk about how you're back and look what he's doing and this new Dev, and we can start seeing this new Devin and start trying to put him in fights with Tank and Shakur and Teofimo and, Gary Antoine, Sabril Matias. I mean, I say Gary Antoine, I guess I'm kind of looking forward to thinking that he's going to beat Rayo and be a champion. But, all these different scenarios that I want to put you in, but I have no idea. Same thing with Errol. If you would ask me right now something about Errol, the first thing I'd say to you is he need to fight before I can even start thinking about him being in any big fights. He's just been gone too long. Now, Devin ain't been as gone as long as Errol, but he's got so much controversy going on around him.
What about Devin versus Frank Martin?
Yeah, man. Let's make it happen. But let's do it. Frank is just going up to 140 supposedly. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen, Bill.
I want to see Devin versus Rayo.
Let's get it, man. I'm here for it all. I want to see Devin fight right now. And I feel horrible saying that because I'm not that kind of dude. I'm not the kind of dude who just says, I just want to see a fighter fight. I don't care who he fights. But at this point with Devin, I just want to see a fight, bro.
It's too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dragging out.
What with Devin?
Yeah, but when he's getting back in the ring, it's like.
Yeah, and then when, like I said, I ain't gonna lie to you that this whole Jalil Hackett situation that just happened recently, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. It annoyed me, bro. I didn't like it, bro. I didn't like it. I didn't want him to be on Twitter doing that. I wanted him to call out a fighter, make a fight happen. Don't do this. Be a fighter, bro.
I still don't know what happened on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even worth talking about, and that's what the whole point is, right? Like, I don't want to even talk about that. Like, when I saw that, I was just like, man, come on, bro. I'm literally like, man, what did third base say? I had to get that whole thing to gas face. I had to get the tweet to gas face. Like, come on, bro. I ain't studying this, bro. What is going on here, bro? What are you doing?
What's
this adding up to?
what you want to see next from Jaron Anderson?
Wow, Jared needs to buy into the top rank of Bob Aaron plan that they have for him, or go somewhere where he can buy into the plan. Jared needs to get back into being a developing young heavyweight. I hope he puts the glass of Kool-Aid down that he's been drinking. He needs to get better as a boxer, and I want him to make up his mind as to whether or not he's going to be a championship heavyweight fighter, or if he's just here for the money. If Jared is just here for the money and doesn't care, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to lose interest in what Jared Anderson's talking about, because I expect him to get a lot more reality checks like what Martin Bacoli gave at the level. Because if you want the big money, that means you got to fight the big fights, and I just don't think you're ready for that yet. I want to see Jared Anderson take a build-up fight, a return fight, and I want to see him get a trainer that is a heavyweight trainer. I don't want to see him in the gym with Keyshawn and Shakur. I don't understand what you're doing in there. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I want you to get a heavyweight, a boxing trainer. I want you to go to a heavyweight gym where you can get heavyweight work in, and I want you to become a better heavyweight fighter, or cut some weight and go down to cruiserweight. That's what you want to do. I don't know, because he is a small heavyweight to a little bit of a degree. I think he could slim down, but I don't know, man. If he don't love his sport, yeah, like Robert Chan, if he don't love his sport and he's not focused on the sport and he's playing those games, I don't know what I want to see from him. Let me ask you, Blue. What do you want to see Jaron Anderson do? I think he should fight Frank Sanchez. How about that? I'll give you a name. Frank Sanchez, Jaron Anderson. Let's get it. That's the fight. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. On Turkey card, on Rehab. Frank Sanchez needs to come back fight. He lost against Ajit Kabiel. He had to get his leg rehabilitated. I'm sure he's nice and rehabilitated. He should be nice and available right now. Frank Sanchez, Jaron Anderson. Let's get it.
I'm 1,000% in agreement with that. Frank Sanchez, I would love to see that fight.
Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Big Baby versus Frank Sanchez. I don't want to see Big Baby versus Jarrell Miller, bro.
Not yet.
Not right now.
No.
I don't want to see it right now. I'm good on that. Later on. As a matter of fact, give Jarrell Miller a good fight too, man. Give him Ejibag. I can't say his name right now. I'm having a brain fart. But you know what I'm talking about? The African. Ejibag. What's my guy's name? Ejaba. Yes. Give Jarrell that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he won his last fight, right?
No, I don't. I think it was a draw between him and Andy Ruiz, if I'm correct. I think it was a draw, or let him get a rematch.
I'm talking about FA.
Yeah, FA won his last fight. Yeah, he won his last fight. Anderson versus Janilov. Okay. Nah, he didn't win. Jarrell Big Baby. Oh, FA won. Yeah. Sorry, thinking about.
Yeah, Big Baby. He got the draw. He should have won.
He should have won. Yeah, but he won in the people's eyes. He's a winner. They want to see him in a fight. As they want him his next fight to represent the fight a winner would get. That's what.
Remember, he did that to himself too. Because remember, he squandered away those middle rounds. Remember when Andy wasn't doing anything and he wasn't letting his hands go.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was trying to conserve energy or what he was trying to.
That's what I think. I think he was trying to conserve energy.
I'm like, bro, they ain't gonna give you this fight.
He ain't realizing Andy hurt his hand to jump on him.
But I wouldn't
mind seeing them rematch too.
I would love to see Frank Sanchez and Jaron Anderson.
That'd be a good fight. I think Jared gonna get spanked. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do you?
Yeah, I think Frank Sanchez is nice, bro. And like I said, man, what Jared Anderson are we looking at? Is he back on boxing? Is he living his dream? Is he trying to become a champion? Is he trying to take this all the way? Does he appreciate the sport enough to put the work in that the sport demands that he puts in for him to compete again? Frank Sanchez ain't nothing to play with. Ajit Kabiel got him, but he had a bad. Listen, man, I'm not taking away anything from the victory, but that man had a bad knee, bro. He couldn't move around. His mobility was restricted. The athleticism that he normally brings to the ring, he didn't have. And the movement he has that he normally has, he didn't have, man. It is what it is, man. He comes back with his knee rehabilitated, man. I think he's gonna school that boy. Gonna put that boy in a lot of problems, man.
Wow. Robert Chandler said a fully healthy knee. He stopped Jared Anderson. Wow.
Yep.
Man, man. Jared Anderson is a dog, man.
Is he?
Yo, man, with that punishment he took against Martin Bakole.
Yeah, he kept getting up.
Bro,
he ain't had no answers, Blue. He ain't had no answers.
And you got to factor in them punches he was landing on Martin Bakole. Everybody ain't gonna be able to eat those.
Right, but Martin Bacole's not the most athletic. Frank is not gonna sit there and get hit by that stuff, bro. That boy is a high level. He got a high pedigree in boxing. He's not a slugger. He's a boxer.
Right.
Him and Eddie Reynoso are gonna be formidable opponents when they come in the ring together. Oh, he left? Why?
Yeah, he's not with Eddie no more. He left. Andy Ruiz left.
I didn't know. Frank left.
Yeah.
Good fight, man. Let's make it happen, man. I want to see the fight.
I like
it's
that
a good
fight.
fight.
I like that fight.
Yeah.
Competitive.
I want to see it happen. Salute, next level.
The Queen K, different breeds. I'll see if Devin haven't been trying to fight. I can see if Devin haven't been trying to fight and just chilling, but made it clear on social media he'd been trying to fight before the year was up. Yeah, it's just politics. He was in negotiation to fight Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez pulled out. He was in negotiations to fight
Jack Catterall, right?
No, Liam Paro, but then they said that they didn't have the money to pay him, and he was pricing himself out. He was more than willing to fight against what's his name?
Was it Jack Catterall? I know that conversation was in there before.
No, Jack Catterall is looking to fight
right now, yeah, but before Bill was talking about fighting.
Oh yeah, they was talking about it. But no, it was Oscar Duarte, but it's Oscar De La Hoya is just pulled out of that negotiations. Oscar is just having he ain't happy about the Ortiz boots in his situation. Ray Davis, my brother in the building, dropping that cinco on us to the super chat. He said, I have a hundo. Salute. He said, for the show, brother. Salute to you, King. Yeah, so. Yeah, man, there's so many fights, man. I'm ready to see the fights, man.
No, 2025 is going to be an exciting year for boxing. I'm telling you, we're going to see fights, man.
I hope.
I believe.
I hope we get everything we're looking for.
I don't know if we're gonna get everything we're looking for. You know what I mean? That's a tall order. There's a lot that I'm looking for in boxing, but I think it's gonna be a year of manifestation of big fights. I think this year culminated, got a lot of fights out the way. Nick Ball is in the picture. I'm looking to see him being involved in a big unification fight or something next year. I'm looking to see like I said, Shushu get an opportunity to become a champion. I'm looking to see Keyshawn become a champion next year, maybe even unified. I'm looking to see Tank give us one fight that we want, a fight that will shut us up. And I don't mind to say, bro, you can go on the mic and be like, now will y'all shut the F up? And I'm like, all right, yeah, bro, you got it, bro. I want to see that kind of fight. Shut me up, bro. Shut me up. In spite of me, make a fight that we want to see. I want to see David Benavidez get an opportunity to become a champion next year. That'd be awesome. Maybe even undisputed, even crazier. I want to see him and David Morrell obviously go at it. I want to see Daniel Dubois do something extra special next year. It'd be nice to see him run it with Alexander Usyk or something, like get his payback a little bit. Yeah, so many different fights, man. So many different things that I definitely want to see happen, man. This year is gonna be great. 2025. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Charlos, I'm ready to see the PBC do a little bit of a resurgence next year. You guys get more active. For the love of God, I want to see those fighters. I want to see Jamal, Harold. I want to see those guys return, man, and be part of some decent events, man. I want to see Boo Boo get a fight. I want to see Caleb active, him and Edgar. I want to see Edgar Berlanga fight next year. Fight. I mean, not just anybody. I want to see him fight a fight that I want him to see. So, man, bro, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Salute L-Dub Boxing.
The boxing plug is in the building. L-Dub Boxing. Troy Battle. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I don't like you. You dudes. If you don't click the link, I'm just gonna block you. How about that? Y'all do. I'm really starting to dislike the fake boxing fans. James Martin, what's up, family? But you want Bud, but not Lopez. This guy is something else.
What you want, about? Bud, but not Lopez. But you, I don't know what you're talking about, James Martin. I got a funny feeling I don't care what you're saying either. But if you can make it a little clear, that way I can make up my mind if I care or not. But I definitely don't know what you're saying right now. But I just got a funny feeling I don't care too. But
yeah,
I like to make a better decision.
I don't know what is he talking about?
Saying. Yeah, when I clearly know what you're saying, I can make a better decision as to whether or not I don't care or not.
Yeah, the fake fans in the sport of boxing is nasty work. We ain't got no fights Saturday, right? We ain't got no fights on Saturday, right?
Not this Saturday. Not that I think the DAZN's putting on an event, but yeah, nothing that I won't be available anyway. I mean, I might be.
Okay.
Might be.
I don't think we have none.
Yo, I'm gonna throw my link up in the damn chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all show some love to the channel, to the channel. Help build the channel. Appreciate everybody who subscribed yesterday. You know what I mean? Man, that was awesome speaking to Roy today, man.
Charles Conwell as well.
Oh, yeah, he's fighting this weekend, right? He's fighting this weekend.
Uh-huh.
He's fighting yeah, man, Charles Conwell. I want to see him make some moves in 154. I want to see 154. I want to see 154 brew next year. I want to see 154 get busy. I'm excited to see 154 because 154 is a hornet's nest. You can't make a fight in 154 and it not be significant. If 154 is fighting at this point, any fight that's being made at 154 is going to be a big fight. So I'm interested.
Haime Munguia fight this weekend too?
No, does he? Who he fighting? No, Haime Munguia. No. Well, Diego Pacheco is about to fight. I thought for a second, I thought Diego Pacheco and Jaime Munguia was getting ready to get put together, but Diego actually about to fight somebody else. He about to fight your boy, Steve Nelson. So
can't wait.
That's gonna be a big fight. What's Jaime gonna do? I'd like to see Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga, man. Let's get it.
Oh, he fight on Friday, the 14th.
Jaime?
Yeah.
Top rank?
Bruno Sarase.
Okay, so he's staying busy.
Dude is 25 wins, no losses, 2 draws. This dude got 27 fights with 4 knockouts.
Yeah, that's he's staying busy. That's good. Stay busy, man.
27. What is it? What is that?
Do you think Jaime Munguia goes back to Golden Boy, or did he just really leave Golden Boy? Did he actually just leave Golden Boy for real? You think, or
man, why did he leave?
That's what I'm saying. Why did he leave, and what did that leave? What was the significance of it?
They was catering to him.
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. But let me tell you something, man. Jaime won't be the first person who Oscars rubbed the wrong way, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to some of these fighters, they feel some kind of way, man. They feel some kind of way. They get to a point where Oscar, where they don't like the way Oscar's moving them.
Why would Jaime be complaining? Even moving him spectacular, right?
I mean, was he? What was the game plan for Jaime Munguia after Canelo Alvarez? What was the fights that Oscar was willing to put together? That's what it come down to.
I mean, what he gave Jaime, some credible fights, and then got him the Canelo fight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's good. What you did for me yesterday is one thing, but what do you got planned for me tomorrow? What fights are you going to put me in? I'm a 168-pound star in the making who just fought Canelo Alvarez and ran it with him. Lost the fight, but I ran it with him. Everybody loves me. I got this new fan base. What is the next step for me? Where was Oscar going to take Jaime Munguia next? What was going to be his next step? At least with Top Rank, he got Billy over there. You know what I mean? And he also has, I
don't know. It just seemed like he just prematurely just up and left.
Something happened. Happened.
I'm sure. Maybe they didn't do his money right like he thought.
Yeah, he probably thought he made a bag after Canelo, and it turns out he didn't.
Yeah. They probably was like, yeah, no, we made a bag. Hey, I got it. What did he say, Clay? He said, man, we made up, man. I got about $200. Ain't that right? I got $200.
Yeah, I got $200. I got $200. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? We did all right.
Maybe that's the case. That could be the case. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we made about $3 million on that fight. No, we made $3 million. I made
$3 million, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You paid your mortgage for the year. You heard? You good.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But Canelo wasn't even supposed to be, Oscar wasn't even supposed to be much involved with that fight. So, I don't know. And maybe he might have got upset with Canelo, too, for all that issue was talking on the stage with Canelo and saying that
could have been a problem. That could have been a problem, too.
Yeah. Taking my attention, taking the light, making it all about you and Canelo and your little beef with him and how he ain't respecting you. I don't got time for that nonsense.
That's probably about right, too. Like, Oscar might have been not happy that Oscar might not have been happy that, you know what I'm saying, he you know what I'm saying, he did that and they cut him out, you know what I mean?
He in his feelings.
Yeah.
Definitely in his feelings. Probably, let me see here.
Boxing Truth, sir, where you go, brother? We put you on. Oh, other boy decided not to click that link, right? They talk in the chat, but they won't click the link.
No, they're not here. They're not here to click the link.
Yeah, they'll talk in the chat, but they won't hit the link. Ain't that something?
They not gonna hit the link. Shout out to the chat. Blue $1 trillion dream. Salute, King.
$1 trillion dream. Dude, what's up, family? What's up, my guy? Yeah, Clay, man. So I hope that 2025 we get all the fights that you said that that we talked about, man. I truly, truly hope that we get all those fights.
Yeah.
We deserve it, man.
Man, it's a new era of boxing, man. I'm telling you, I see written in the I see written in the sky, man. It's a hardcore boxing fans era. We returned, bro. The Republicans are running the country again, and hardcore boxing is back. Is back. You know what I'm saying? It's a new era, bro. We done with you with your Me Too boxing fans and your damn. We're done with you guys, bro. But we want to see you guys prove it in the ring, man. And we're gonna see this year.
You ain't right, bro.
It's a new, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole new. All you pronoun boxing fans with your pronouns and everything like that. Yeah, man. Nah, bro.
You ain't right. You ain't right, bro. Keep them up, champ. Keep them up.
We're gonna call a duck a duck. We're gonna call a man, a woman, and we're gonna call a champ, and a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else in between, get in where you fit in. Boxing's back, baby.
Boston True Serum. What's up, family?
Salute, Blue. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm just a squirrel in your world, bro.
Salute, Boxing Truth.
That's it.
How you doing, brother? Hey, look here, man. What you think about this? I ain't had a chance to talk to you about this one. I ain't been on in a minute on the boxing side, but the T.O. versus Jaron Ennis. Is that real or is that just hype?
It's all real, right? So T.O. agreed to it. Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, everybody agreed to it. But Boots said, yeah, it's a cool fight, but make that Stanionis a Barrios fight. So he wants the Barrios to Stanionis fight. You know, that's Eddie Hearn said today. That's the third fight on his list. The thing with Eddie Hearn is like that's cool. That's all cool and good, but you're gonna have to make a decision fast. You know what I'm saying? Like you got these fights on the table, and you're like, nah. And I understand. Like, here's my thing, my standpoint, right? I think that Eddie. I've said this from the beginning, right? Eddie and Boots was never on the same page. Eddie always he looked at Boots, big dude, big welterweight. The other champions ain't big names. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 54 and chase big names with opportunities. Boots is like, I don't care who the champions is here. I got unfinished business. I gotta reach my goals with this unfinished business right here in this division before I go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like Boots said, I've never beaten a champion and actually took his belt. I'm not leaving this division until I do that. I'm not going to be, you ain't going to keep labeling me an email champion and all that nonsense. No, I need to take a belt from somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'll be considered let's say go up to 68, like you said, and become a 4-division champion. Well, at welterweight, like it hangs over Tank had, you know, you fought interim champions, you never earned the belt. You know what I'm saying? He wants his credibility, and he wants to unify the belts. And I get it. The thing with Boots is the PR, right? It's his PR. No disrespect to nobody. The explanations. Maya Egypt, peace and blessings, Queen. How you feeling today? The explanations of everything that's going on is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just coming out all wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you didn't know this situation with Virgil Ortiz was going on. Come on. We all know. You knew. We all knew. Come on. You know what I'm saying? You knew about it. It's how he knows about it, but the way he explained it just sounds bad. We can understand, any rational people can understand when you listen to, okay, But people that want to put a label on him, bro, you said you was the boogeyman. You said this person was ducking you, that person was ducking you. You turned down Virgil Ortiz. It just looks bad because you said you didn't know about it. Bro, we all know you know about it. You know what I'm saying? But what he meant was, initially they said 47. He like, I'll fight him at 47 because I plan on staying at 47. So me staying at 47, I'll fight Virgil at 47. After I beat him, I'm going to unify the belts. Right? But he didn't explain it that way. And then when he went back, wait a minute, no, it's not at 47, it's at 54. And then he's like, I don't know if I want to go to 54 because once I go to 54, I'm not coming back down. Like you said, you saw what happened to Roy. You saw what happened to all these other fighters in the past that went up in weight, tried to come back down. Their body don't allow it. So I'm not doing that. Once I make the decision going to 54, that means I'm done at 47. And I understand what he's saying, right? The problem is how he says it. And once again, now with Teo, it's like, oh, that's a cool fight. But no, don't say nothing is cool at all, right? Just be like, bro, hey, you entertaining the wrong things, Eddie. Make the fight with Stanionis or Barrios.
Right.
And you can hear the frustration in Eddie in the interview, right? Because Eddie's like, if we go to 54, you're fighting Virgil Ortiz.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see Eddie is frustrated, but again, I don't know if Boots explained himself before they signed. Like, bro, I'm going to unify or officially take somebody belt at 147 before I do anything. Let's make that clear right now. The number one objective here is to unify or pick up another belt. That's it. That's all. I don't want to hear about nothing else before I do that. That's what should have been made clear. And another thing is, Eddie said that he's like, man, you can't keep fighting the Karen Chugajans and the David Avanesians in the world. You need a big fight. Again, Eddie is thinking from a promoter's standpoint, and he's like, bro, you a big name, and you 27, you got 30 plus fights, and you don't have no marquee names. You need X, Y, and Z for me to keep taking this money and investing it into you. Because there's no money in Stanionis.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, he missing out on the money fights though, and he a big welterweight. So if he go,
think about this. This is something that people are not thinking about. In order for him to make the Stanionis fight right now, means that he got to pay Gaiaslov step aside money.
Right. And then overpay Stanionis.
Overpay Stanionis and pay Boots.
I'm not doing it. That don't make sense.
As a promoter, right? You gonna keep it 100 with him. Like, I want to make this happen.
They always talking about if it makes sense. That don't make no sense.
Right? You're a promoter. It's like, I love you, Boots. I want to do this for you. I swear I do. I have no incentive on not doing this. But what sense does it make to sit here? And let's keep in mind that Eddie Hearns has X amount of fights with Boots, right? There's no guarantees you're coming back. People were talking about Conor Benn and Mario Barrios and why when you right before you left, Blue, you asked me about that, right? And I was saying we got to be honest. There's nothing wrong with being honest with ourselves to say that Conor Benn has a relationship with Eddie Hearn that Boots doesn't have with Eddie Hearn. And this is not diabolical. This is called life. This is called, I've been rocking with this guy for so long. We've done shows together. We've made money together. I'm going to work with him in a capacity that me and you don't have that relationship yet. We're building a relationship with each other. And what you want me to do is go into the hole, overpaying for fights so you can go ahead and achieve your goals. I have no guarantees that I'm going to see you after this because we have a 3-fight deal. I've facilitated you in a partnership deal where you have your own fighters in your own promotional company that you're promoting, and I've done everything. I've shown you everything that I can show you to try to show you how transparent I'm going to be with you and how real I'm going to be with you and helping you. But I need you to help me as well. And I do believe they spoke about this early, and I believe there was an understanding that if if 147 wasn't going to cooperate the way it already wasn't cooperating with him, right? Let's keep in mind, Eddie Hearn came into a situation to where Boots was already not getting any cooperation from the 147-pound division, right? Eddie walked into that. So if this continues and we're not able to make these fights, what is the B plan? The B plan is clear. You're talking about Terrence Crawford fights. You're talking about this. That means you're talking about 154. 154 had to be part of the conversation and understood. Eddie's just trying to get to the point where he's making Boots understand that we might be hitting a wall here. And it started with the Brian Norman negotiations, where he was like, look, man, 1.7 that's already a lot. He said he want 2.1. Now, 2.1 is adorable, right? But what happens next? Does Mario Barrios take less than 2.1? These fights aren't pay-per-view fights. Right. 154, we got the money there with Turkey Al-Sheikh. You got the legacy there with all those champions up there that are going to be willing to fight each other. You got the activity, man.
So here's my thing, right? Troy Battle, just give me 1 second. So here's my thing, right? This is what I said before. That if Boots want this, remember I said this, Clay? When in the summertime, when we was talking about Boots and Brian Norman, right? Remember I said this. If Boots wants these things, he is going to have to be the one to sacrifice. He got to go to Eddie Hearn and be like, all right, I know you got to break bread. You got to, in order to make these fights, this is what we're going to do. Whatever, cut mines in half, since it ain't about the money. And I must fight these level of fighters. Yes, it's a unification bout. Yes, it's an accomplishment. But the level of fighters that Stanionis is not a big deal. The biggest deal of them all, truly, is Mario Barrios. Right? He got a bigger name than Brian Norman. He got a bigger name than Stanionis. But even he don't generate the money.
He don't.
And then on top of it, you want to fight in Philly.
Right.
In your backyard. In order for you to do these things, guess what you're going to have to do? Sacrifice. You're going to have to be the one to go to Eddie Hearn and be like, listen, cool. I know you don't want to lose no money. Cool, I get it. So this is what we do, Eddie. I'm going to take a massive pay cut. I'm going to take a massive pay cut. You pay, what's his name? Stanionis and Brian Norman. That's the way he's gonna have to do it. Or you can't blame Eddie. I gotta pay Stanionis Gaiasov step aside money. And we gotta deal with the PBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can't have everything to fight these levels of fighters. You feel me?
Yeah, man.
You can't. Because I'm pretty sure Turkey, like, yo, I ain't paying for that.
Yeah. He's made it clear. Turkey's made it clear what he's interested in and what he's not interested in. He's very clear. He speaks very clearly.
Right. So that's all on, that all falls on Eddie and Matchroom.
The money at 54 for him.
Money at 54. Again, what Boots' unfortunate situation is that he's a generation behind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's just the generation behind Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. He fell in a generation behind them, and another unfortunate thing happened with him is that Virgil got sick and can't make 47 and had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That was the fight. So if Virgil was still at 47, let's say Virgil was the WBC champion, you aiming towards something. You know what I'm saying? So now to make a Stanionis fight versus Boots is worth it, because eventually you get a Virgil Ortiz unification. You aiming for a big fight, but Virgil's not there. So you solely, as Eddie Hearn, you are solely catering to Boots' wants. You're not getting anything out of it. Nothing.
Blue, let me ask you a question. I see somebody in the chat right here, and even you, Boxing Truth Serum. Are you looking at this? Let me just address what I'm looking at here and just give y'all the question, what he's saying at least. He says the statement is, I don't see him re-signing with Matchroom. It wasn't worth it. You guys feel like that? You feel like that Boots signing with Matchroom was a bad idea, that it wasn't worth it? Do you feel like his issues are revolving around his relationship with Eddie?
I think they're right. It's he wasting time because, and the reason that he's wasting time is because of his wants. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, he wants he wants a specific, he wants to be unified at welterweight, but the money is just not there. And this is the thing. He didn't start with Eddie Hearn. You understand what I'm saying? So Eddie is like,
his problems was there before Eddie.
That's what I'm saying. So and Eddie's, are you not homegrown to Eddie Hearn?
Right. So this is not Eddie's fault.
It's not Eddie's fault. And on top of it not being Eddie's fault, you're not my homegrown fighter. You know what I'm saying? For me to sacrifice, and I'm hearing that it's only 3 fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So I gotta make something happen with you. We gotta make it make sense for both of us. Listen, man, I think Boots over there with Eddie Hearns was a great idea. I just think Boots is not utilizing Eddie Hearns for what Eddie Hearns has for Boots. I think Boots is, man, I wish him the best. And listen, man, I salute, man. I'm happy to see Eddie Hearns on board with him, trying to help him out. But listen, you came into this situation with issues on making a fight. Everybody out here trying to make it sound like, oh, he should have went with the PBC. Really? You see what's going on over there right now with the activity. He would have been sitting over there and he wouldn't even have. At least he got 2 fights at home at the Wells Fargo Center. He got to build up his mark. At least he wouldn't have gotten that over there with the PBC. Where he should have went with Top Rank. Really? He wouldn't have been able to get the fights he's getting with Eddie. Eddie Hearn is a good matchup for Boots. Boots is destiny is 154. Eddie Hearn is a good is a good person to have at 154 because he has Turkey. Boots has to, and listen, respectfully, he has to make up, and it looks like he's made up his mind, but I just feel like this legacy thing is getting a little too deep. You know what I mean? Eddie's going to go ahead and sacrifice and get him that unification. I'm being honest with you. After this unification fight, he's probably going to put the pressure on him to go to 154 because he's going to overpay for this fight. This unification fight is going to hit Eddie's pockets like crazy. It's going to hit his pockets. But if the agreement and understanding is that you got one more fight with, this will be his last fight on his deal.
Yeah, I don't get nothing out of it.
2 more fights?
I get nothing. Huh? If you Eddie Hearn, you get nothing out of it.
Right. Oh, so we're talking about, was it a mistake for Eddie Hearn to get into business with Boots? I was talking about, was it a mistake for Boots to get into business with Eddie?
No,
you're right.
No. For Boots, it's cool because it's like you said from the beginning, Clay, he was having this problem before Eddie.
Right. So let me ask you this, Blue. So do you think Boots should re-sign with Eddie Hearns at the end of this deal? Does it make sense to re-sign, to stay with Matchroom from Boots' perspective?
Yeah, for me, I would, because what else he going to do?
Who else is going to offer you a partnership? Because that's what he has.
And keep in mind, every time Boots goes on the card, the same issues if you got the same outlook.
Mm-hmm. I mean, keep in mind that every time Boots performs, he has his fighters from his promotional company on his undercard. Right. So this is beyond just him becoming unified. This is also Boots getting an opportunity to be his own promoter. You know what I'm saying? To have his own company. Who else is going to facilitate that kind of opportunity for Boots right now? Nobody did before. Nobody was trying to hear that before. So when they're trying to paint Eddie Hearn as like the worst thing that could ever happen and this diabolical dude who's taking advantage, he's really giving Boots a lot of opportunity, bro.
Rightfully so. He is.
It is what it is, man.
You gotta grab it with both hands.
Yeah, bro. You got to look at the big. There's a big picture, and I know Turkey Al-Sheikh is sitting inside like this, like
I said, Clay. I understand Boots' standpoint, but what I said is, he got to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to have to make the sacrifice.
Right.
I'm not going to get paid a bunch of money. It just is what it is. Troy Battle, okay, family. Okay. He said, Blue, I'll come back. I got the kids. Okay. Do your daddy duties, great brother. I understand wholeheartedly that. Day one, MC Fly, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that Cinco on this in the Super Chat. He said, just a few weeks ago, Bozy said they'll fight Teo in a heartbeat. They aren't doing anything they say. Yeah, because
they talk loosely, man. Like, you got to learn how to understand Bozy talk. Bozy talk means when Bozy said he'll fight them in a heartbeat, what Bozy's saying is, ain't nobody here shooking no damn Teo. We'll fight him. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean we don't want to become unified. Nothing they ever said ever goes against their priority, which is becoming unified in that division. I want you guys to understand that. So whatever even when I heard the whole Teo situation, in my mind, I said, let somebody become available for them to unify. They're going to walk away from that Teo situation 2 seconds. They ain't going to even care about the money. They're going to walk away. I know. If you know Bozy and Boots now, if you guys pay attention, learn how they speak. They're not scared. They're not talking out of both sides of they neck. They just speak a certain way. When they talking what they talking about, you have to also do what an OG told me back in the day. I know you've heard this before, Blue. You got to learn to overstand them, mother. You know what I'm saying?
Overstand them. Yeah, you got to overstand them.
You got to understand what they're saying, and you also got to understand what they're standing on to be able to find that gray area to understand what more than likely is going to happen.
Right. Right. See, that's what they don't.
They're not speaking from what they're going to do.
Like Nick J said, they don't make themselves clear.
Right.
Like you said, Clay, they'll say, yeah, no, I'll fight him, and I'll fight him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they're not following up with, but before that, right, I got to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I'll fight anybody, but first things first, my number one priority is to unify these belts.
Yeah.
But if you're saying stuff like, we'll go to 30, we'll go to 54 right now. You know what I'm saying?
Send the paperwork, send the contract, send the offer. We go right now. Right. We don't care. Yeah,
you don't mean you mean it in a not figured. You don't mean it literally. You're just saying if we got what we was looking for, we would go to 54 right now.
Right.
If they unified the belts already and got to stay in the owners fight or whatever, again, Clay, it just proves my point of what I've been saying when we was talking about this in the summer. Remember, I said it. Just overpay Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, Eddie thought they were on the same page. Eddie thought he hit him with the see what they doing. So we going to 154, right? And you feel what I'm trying to say? Like, Eddie talked about it before they did it. Like, these dudes ain't going to want to fight you, bro. But I'm going to show you that they don't want to fight you. Watch this. I'm going to offer them decent money. Watch what they're going to do. They're going to say they want more money. Then they're going to make it to a point where we're not going to be profitable, where they're going to be making the same exact money you're making. And you're the A side. You should be getting the money. But this is what they're going to do. And Eddie thought that was going to be enough to have Boots like, damn, bro, let's just go to 154. But he didn't. Boots was like, well, I don't care. I really want to fight, though. And Eddie's like, damn, bro, this dude going to really make me do this.
Right. And that's what I said. Remember, I said back then, I said, Boots, they're not on the same page. Eddie wants him to go to 54.
Mm-hmm.
Let go to 54. Eddie is trying to make it like you just said, Clay. See, I offered them a deal and they turned it down. That's why he told them Brian Norman turned it down. The worst thing that happened was Brian Norman Sr.
came out.
They immediately responded and said, no, ho. And then when Brian Norman Sr. and Jr. responded, that prompted Barrios and Stanionis to respond.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said back then, but then it made it even worse to come to find out, like Rachel said, even if they gave Brian Norman an extra $300,000, they still couldn't make the fight because it was past the IBF rules.
Yeah.
Oh, Mills Lane. Yeah, Roy came on an hour and a half ago, man. We had Roy here Roy was here for a whole hour, bro. First hour of the show. Mills Lane. That was an hour and a half ago. We 2 hours and 20 minutes in. He jumped off at the hour mark.
Yeah, Boots is he's in a complicated situation. I'm rooting for him. I am a Boots fan. I like to watch him fight. I think he really is the goods. You know, he had a bad performance with Karen and all that, but I think he's capable. You know what I mean? He passes the eye test for me.
And let me say this, right? He didn't even have a bad performance with Karen. He just didn't have the performance we expected him to have.
I thought he got hit too much. I know he was trying to perform, but I thought he got hit too much.
We expected him to blow Karen out.
Yeah, but I think he could have fought better. He said it. You know what I mean?
1,000%. But what I'm saying is, like, it still wasn't a bad performance. It just wasn't what it didn't meet our expectations.
Oh, let me ask you this question, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think his affiliation with Terrence Crawford, the fact that it seemed like Showtime and the Errol Spence fans kind of went over and kind of made Boots like their hero, right? And they wanted Boots, they put Boots on the hit mission to get Terrence, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted that to happen so much. Do you think that pressure because I hear a lot of people talking about don't say Terrence's name. Don't say Terrence's name. And I say to myself, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't hear Boots saying Terrence's name. I don't hear Boots pushing to have a fight with Terrence Crawford. But I do feel like the fan base automatically connected Boots to Terrence because we always wanted to see them fight. We thought that was going to be a great fight. A lot of people thought Boots could beat Terrence. I wasn't one of them. But a lot of people thought that. So now that Terrence is at 154, they kind of like putting like subconscious pressure on Boots to move to 154 off the strength of thinking that he can go up there, compete, and potentially fight Terrence Crawford. Do you think that's kind of like the fan base is putting like what's the word I'm looking for? Like
this is what happened with that, right? Is that Boots was saying he wanted Terrence or Errol Spence, right? He just wanted his opportunity. He really didn't care whether it was Errol Spence, whether it was Terrence Crawford. Just give me the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he started making remarks like, I do everything better than Terrence Crawford, you know, like critiquing Terrence Crawford's skill set.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that was the media, myself, and many other people asking him these questions, you know what I'm saying? And he's responding, you know what I mean? You know, naturally it was, who do you want to fight? Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford? Because remember, this was before we got Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. So it was like, you know, you're going to get the winner of Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. So which one of them you want to fight? Which one of them do you prefer? You understand what I'm saying? And it was like, you know, it put Boots in a situation where, you know, he had to answer. To his defense, he wasn't the one. He just was like, bro, just give me any one of them. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? But media members such as myself, you know what I'm saying? We like, yo, we press the envelope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's never been like, yo, I gotta fight Terrence Crawford. He's never been that. That's never who he was. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It just happened so that, you know, that people like myself, you know, we pressed the envelope because we was interested in who can win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's the better of the two? You know what I'm saying? And he never called Terrence Crawford out. The thing came about is that when people started saying that Terrence Crawford was ducking him because here's the thing with Boots, right? He is too comfortable allowing everybody else to do his business without being fully informed, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So he made statements like the statement he made about Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? Man, Brian Norman ducking me. We sent him an offer. Bro, did you do your homework to see if that was true?
Right.
You understand? Man, we made Terrence Crawford offer. We tried to fight Terrence Crawford. He ducked. No, he didn't.
Right.
So when he making these statements without doing his due diligence with his team, it's making him look bad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because we understand that he just wants to fight. He just wants to box. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
He just wants to box. He don't want to be involved in a business. Unfortunately, that's not how this works.
Especially at this level.
Especially at this level, it's a cutthroat business. You got to be involved.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But like I don't know if you noticed, he's doing more interviews like with YSM. Like I did a video. He's in the driver's seat now. You know what I'm saying? He's always in his car. and why Simmons is asking him, and he's speaking out a little bit more. He's trying to headway a negotiation with all the champions. You want to bring them all to the table. Let's speak. Let's put it together. Let's find out what each of us what we want, and let's force these promoters basically to put these fights together. He's trying to basically play it how Errol and Terrence kind of played it with each other, right? He's trying to put out an invitation for them to be able to speak to each other. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think fighters speaking to each other and kind of pre-negotiating their fights before they're officially negotiated, just to kind of know, at least if the fight doesn't happen, they're well in understanding of why the fight didn't happen. I think Shakur and Tank being on the phone would have been an interesting situation if Tank had the patience or the maturity to sit there and speak to him and be like, yo, what's up, man? How we going to do this? Let's make this fight happen. What's going on? Your people down? I'm going to make sure my people down, get them in line. Let's get the cut down, the money. Let's talk about it all. And then at least if the fight doesn't happen, we understand that it wasn't because I was playing games. It wasn't because you're playing games. And now we can address the issue. But that whole middleman being the one to go and tell, walking on your Blue, I talked to them, man. They acting stupid over there, bro. I'm going to be real with you, bro. They pretty much just duck you. Now Blue goes and does an interview. Yeah, they ducking me, man. My manager let me know. And then now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, yo, I'm ducking you. What are you talking about? I told my manager to make the fight happen, bro. He told me you was over there talking crazy and you wanted a bunch of stuff. And we never speak to each other because we hate each other. And the only way we talk to each other is through social media, dissing each other and throwing shots at each other. We got our fan bases at each other's throats. The fight is never coming together. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, the truth of the matter is, if me and you got on the phone, we would have both understood one thing for sure, two things for certain. We want to fight each other, and we ready to make it happen. And we'd have been able to put the pressure where the pressure is needed so that the fight could happen. And yeah, Xbox Pro is gay. I said real mature. I said mature because I don't think there's a productive conversation happening with Tank telling him, I don't give a damn, bro. You don't got nothing to say to me. Kiss my blah, 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 and then turn into that. That's not the conversation that needs to happen. A conversation needs to happen between two mature people like Terrence Crawford and Errol did, where it's like, yeah, bro, we're not the best of friends, but we're going to talk to each other like adults, and we're going to get to the bottom of making a fight happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're going to understand why we ain't fighting. What's the hold up?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. K Different Breed, the Queen, said, hey, Blue, what fighters do you love to watch fight as well as enjoy their lead up to the fight? I have to say Keyshawn and Caleb, very entertaining fighters. For me, is Tank, Tank, Devin, Tank, Devin. Number one would be Tank because he always delivers. So I love the fact when Tank always tell you stuff like, for instance, we can say what we want to say about the level of opponent he's fighting, but I like when he points out stuff like, when he says stuff like, look, Lamont is scared. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm knocking him out. Or Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? I like when Tank do that, and it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Tank's build up, and then he delivers. Right? He don't let you down. You know what I'm saying? Tank don't let you down. So the build up with Tank is always exciting, and he don't let you down, whether you agree or disagree. So I got to go with Tank first. I'm not the biggest fan of this man, but Tyson Fury.
Right. Oh,
Tyson Fury. Right? Tyson Fury build up. Yeah, Tyson Fury doing, you know what I'm saying? He gonna talk 10,000 tons of trash, and he ain't gonna back down. Like, he gonna give you the fight. He gonna live up to what he was saying.
Yeah.
Whatever Tyson Fury was saying, when he get in the ring, he gonna try to live up to it. He ain't gonna tell you this whole bunch of warrior spirit stuff and then turn around and give you a dull boxing match. That's not what Tyson Fury gonna do. So I like Tyson Fury. Keyshawn as well. Caleb Plant, yeah. Canelo.
Right.
I gotta say Canelo. Canelo, his build up again. He's another person like Tank and Tyson Fury, right? When Canelo tell you, bro, man, and Canelo's because of his English.
The last one he did with Edgar was spectacular, bro.
Bro,
calm down. He said, "You dreaming of me? Calm down."
Yeah. When Canelo is learning English, bro, and saying the things, man, come on, like the payday, those are epic moments, man. And when Canelo get in the ring, he gonna give the energy you getting in the build-up of the fight is the energy you're gonna get in the ring.
Facts.
Right? When okay, for instance, Jamel Charlo usually deliver. That's why I was so disappointed.
With Canelo.
Yeah, when he got in the ring with Canelo, he changed. Everything changed. It's like, bro, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Again, there's a level opponent, whatever. But I gotta say Canelo. I gotta say Tank at number 1, Tyson Fury at 2, and Canelo at 3. Actually, in no particular order because they all deliver. Whether Tyson Fury is getting knocked down, knocked out, whatever, that dude is always gonna entertain you, and he ain't gonna give you no dull fight. The press conference ain't gonna be dull, and the fight ain't gonna be dull. Canelo press conference ain't gonna be dull, and the fight ain't gonna be dull. Tank's press conference ain't gonna be dull, and the fight ain't gonna be dull. Devin Haney, I gotta say, because Devin Haney lives up to the billing, right? Devin Haney calls out the best. He won the fight the best, and you can say what you want about the Ryan fight. Bro got in there. Ryan came in 3.5 pounds overweight. Whatever. Devin kept getting dropped. He kept getting up. He kept getting up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Devin tell you, what Devin tell you? If Devin gonna box you, he tell you he gonna box you. If Devin like, bro, I'm gonna be right here in front of you, he gonna be right there in front of you.
Yeah.
He ain't telling you no fantasies. You know what I'm saying? Inoue, shut up and laugh. I can't say Inoue because I don't see Inoue. Like we don't see Inoue. Like right now, what is he doing? Like he's, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's out of sight, out of mind. You only hear and see Inoue. And then the press conferences, we don't even see a lot of the press conferences and be translated, and there's not a lot of emotion because we don't understand what's going on, and they don't translate. Like when Mexican fighters don't speak English and they translate, it's still energy. When they translate for Inoue, it just be flat. Like it's just flat. You know,
it's a Japanese culture though. It's a flat culture a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, they're very cool, calm, and collective.
Yeah, very professional, very respectful. They're not into disrespecting each other.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Those minds. But what's yours though, Clay?
I definitely think Keyshawn, Tank. I mean, I think you said them all. Canelo. You talking about the best build-up, right? The press conferences and stuff like that, right?
She's saying the build-up and along with that they deliver. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the names, man.
Yeah.
Fury, Daniel Dubois been delivering. He getting better at those presses, man. I'm your daddy. Shout out to Daniel Dubois, man. I don't know, man. I think you pretty much said all the names, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as that build up and delivering it in the ring, definitely, man. Those are the guys, man. Those are the guys, man. I can't think of nobody else. You know what I mean? Right. I mean, somebody brought up Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is the best I ever did with, bro. And Floyd good too. Floyd was good too. But if you're talking about present day, it is what it is.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah, Rich Porter, David Benavidez. Yeah.
David do well too as well. David talk well as well. Caleb delivers when he say he gonna do something. That's what he do. Yeah, Shakur talk, but then he does. Yeah, you know what I mean. Looking forward to seeing him have a great year next year too. Looking forward to him to have an exciting fight with Schofield and then with Zepeda. I'm looking for him to have two good fights next year that sell the Tank fight. Yeah, I can't think of any more than that.
Those are my go-tos.
Yeah, I'm a rock where I co-sign it. I co-sign it.
They live up to the billing, you know what I'm saying? So those are my guys. You know what I mean? And again, I love all boxing, but you know what I mean? I love all boxing, but you know, those dudes, they deliver, bro. They talk it and they deliver.
Yo, if you would have hit like $100 million right now, right? You just got $100 million right now, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you pay off your debt or you just move on with your life, bro, and damn the debt?
Oh no, I'm paying off my debt. Reason being, my wife ain't gonna let me not pay off my debt.
She's gonna let you pay. You got $100 million. Would you was gonna mess up your credit? You got $100 million, bro. Like, what do you need it for?
My wife's gonna be like, bro.
TJ said pay off the debt.
My wife is gonna be like, bro, I don't care what you're doing. The debt gonna be paid.
Pay these damn bills.
Yeah. My wife ain't trying to
walk out the front door. Just walk out the front door, right? I'm out of here. Just leave the house as is, bro. I'm just out of here, bro. I'm driving my car to a dealership, switching that thing out. I don't even know if I'm gonna take my car. I'll probably drive my car to the airport and leave it there. Just get on the plane. I always said I already got a game plan. I win $200 million. I'm taking me a 2-3 month trip, bro. I'm getting my head together, bro. Rent me a villa somewhere, and I'm gonna take 2 to 3 months to visit my life that I now have and figure out how I'm going to approach it. I'm not shopping crazy. I'm not wilding out. I'm literally just depressing somewhere, getting all this nonsense, all this conditioning that I have, all this social society that I got in me, all this hustle and bustle, moving around and always needing to do something and multitasking and the ADD in me and all that. I'm taking 2-3 months to come back a civilized person, bro. Because I know I'm a savage out here. I think Americans, we savages, bro. We savages out here, bro.
I would man, I would just take the wife. We ain't gonna do nothing much different than we already do.
I am.
See, me and the wife already went to. I think I'll spend some real extensive time in Africa, though.
Yeah, I'd go somewhere, get a villa, maybe in Africa.
Yeah.
Off one of the coasts, you know what I'm saying? And I would just literally wear linen for like 2-3 months, you know what I'm saying? Linen every day. I'd pray. I would stop thinking about things I need to do and realize I don't got to do nothing I don't want to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? And realize that now I can actually I can manifest God's assignment for me. And let me figure out what God's assignment is and figure that out and come back that kind of person. Yeah, I just think the person I am right now shouldn't be thinking about making no decisions.
See,
right now.
Me and my wife, we live. She's not a material person. I'm not a material person, but I do like things. You know what I'm saying? I woke up. The week before Thanksgiving, I told you this, and I just reconstructed everything. The bathroom, both bathrooms. We got 3 bathrooms, but I did main level and upstairs bathroom. Then I finished that, and I was like, you know what? I want to redo the living room. Bang, redid the living room. My wife is like, bro, I'm going to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You just bored. You know what I'm saying? But it's just things like that. You know what I mean? But me and her go, like, we spend a week in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? We take the kid. We've taken the kids every year for the last 15 years on 2 trips per summer.
That's low.
Whether it be all the kids, Bahamas, Jamaica, wherever, you know what I'm saying? All the kids. And then we do me and her trips for our anniversary. And we usually go for her birthday. So we've done, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for us, it would just be like pay off the bills. The kids, we did it. You know what I mean? My kids is big.
They're grown and out of there. They left the nest.
What I'm saying is like we put the work in. We did it already. You know what I'm saying? We put the work in. So for us to get $200 million right now, I would just pay off the bills.
Yeah, $2 million. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm paying off bills, and I'm talking about.
No, I said 200 million.
Oh yeah, 200 million. Yeah, that's generational wealth right there. That's you can start something going on right. It's not it's not even really generational wealth all the way.
I would just do more of the stuff I already do, like just with like would I stop doing this? No. I would just be. It would just be more enhanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to 49ers games in San Francisco 3 times a year. Now I'll probably go every home game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe get you a crib out there so you ain't got to do the hotel. Maybe
get a nice crib out there, apartment, something. You know what I'm saying? When I go out there, I ain't got to go in the hotel. Pay somebody to clean it when I'm not there. I'll probably do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I love Chicago, so I'll probably get a spot in Chicago. You know what I mean? I'll probably go get a spot in Chicago and go to the Bulls game. I'll be on courtside. I'm a Bulls fan. I'll be courtside at Knicks and Bulls games. And 49, it'd just be more enhanced of what I already do.
I don't know what I'm not saying what I'm gonna do except I'm out for 3 months. I'm telling you, bro. I'm recalibrating.
I can tell you what I would do. Right off the bat, I'll buy each one of my kids a house, fully paid for, and then I would give them money to invest in whatever business they want to start, and the rest is on them.
I'll probably invest in doing some of that, setting up some accounts, some interest-bearing accounts with some contingencies for my kids, contingencies on how they're gonna get it, because I don't trust none of my kids like that yet to put them in that type of situation. I need to make sure that they check some boxes.
See, my oldest son is 32, right? So
definitely invest in a farm. I'll definitely buy me a farm, a ranch, a farm of some sort.
My oldest son, he ain't got no kids. He ain't got no responsibilities, but he's responsible. He drives trucks cross country. I mean the East Coast. So, you know what I mean? And he just bought a house in Florida. So, but him, you know, like that. Only one of my kids have kids. Well, my second oldest son is getting ready to have a kid. His wife is 2 months pregnant. So my kids are responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just be like, yo, here, let me help y'all get a head start. Get you a house, get you a house, get you a house, get you a house, get you a house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their house paid for that they could go back to. And they could build their own families. Here goes some money. Boom, boom, boom for each one of them. I got 9 kids, so that like $2 million, $18 million. I give them $2 million a piece. $2 million a piece, start their own business. If you blow it on cars, women, and men, and whatever else you invest in, you're on your own.
The best I got for you is a bedroom in my crib.
No, I ain't got no bedroom in my crib.
You ain't got no bedroom in the crib?
No, I bought them a house already. House already paid for.
Well, I'm saying if they would have thrown it all away, if they would have messed it all up somehow.
No, they blow. I'm saying I'm buying them a house and giving them $2 million to start their business.
Right.
The house is paid for. You go to your own house. You know what I'm saying? What you do with that $2 million, that's on you. You better start a business. You don't start a business, that's now if you start a business and it don't profit, it don't work out, whatever,
right.
Understandable. But if you just bro, I'm saying start this business and you out here just making it rain and all that. Yeah, well, okay. Because suddenly, you know, priorities change when you get that type of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would be me. Big Herm, my brother in the super chat. He said if they don't pay them property tax, they in trouble. Then they some fools. Kingdom of Kush, what's up? He said, did Floyd get the beats in London? Nah. I did see a dude.
I heard he got slapped.
The dude was like, right. Like Floyd put out a statement.
What did he say?
He said no hands were put on him. Nobody touched him.
They're like, they punched on Floyd or something like that. Somebody said they just punched or they slapped on Floyd.
Yeah, dude said he punched on Floyd, but no. But I mean, at least Floyd
shoot, T.I. said he put hands on Floyd and Floyd said that ain't happened.
Yeah, T.I. I heard T.I. missed. He swung.
Oh, he swung and missed? Okay.
Yeah, they said he swung. He ain't land.
Tip don't give a damn about if you champ. He's swinging. Shout out to Tip.
That was wifey, so.
Yep. He didn't give a damn about all that 50-0 nonsense. What that mean to me, cuz?
Yeah. So, you know, that would be me.
Yeah. I'd have to figure it out. I'm wearing linen. 3 months, baby. Me and the wife. Eating good, working out. You know what I'm saying? Getting ourselves together. Figuring out how we going to come and take over the world. Pinky in the brain shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, how we going to do this? How we going to approach? How we going to deal with our dusty ass kids?
Oh man, that would be something else too. I get to get in the gym.
Yep. I'm getting a trainer too, straight up, a real one.
I'm building a gym in my house.
Yep.
So just gonna look just like I'm building a mini Blink Fitness in my house. Or LA Fitness. Right in my house, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. But yeah, man. I do hope we get these fights in 2025.
You're gonna get a lot of them.
What's your number one fight that got to be made for 2025?
That got to be made? Oh man, come on! You don't want me to talk on this, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, the fight that got to be made for me is it's Terrence and Canelo, man. That's the fight I want to see. I think that's a fight. That's gonna really. That's the fight I want to see. But there's a lot of fights. But you actually make one. You know what I mean? That's the one I want to see more than anything. That's me being a selfish boxing fan that just don't give a damn about no nothing else. Just my personal what I want to see. It's my personal fight.
And I think I'm with you, bro.
Right? That's just for selfish reasons. Just want to see them fight, bro.
It's just it has the Roy Jones going up to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? How this gonna play out feel type of thing.
100%, man. Just
the intrigue for that. You know what I'm saying? It is bar none. So I think I'm with you with that.
I think that Terrence, I trust Terrence with the assignment and not necessarily only for the win, because he don't only have to win. I just trust him with the assignment for making it worth watching. Like he's gonna compete at the highest level, and I trust him in a way like where Canelo, where Jamel kind of just like played us. You know what I'm saying? I know Terrence won't. Terrence is gonna take the assignment serious, and he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight all night, bro, until he can't fight no more, and he's either gonna walk away with a win, or he's gonna you know what I mean, he's gonna go out on the shield. He's gonna be great.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I just want to see how that plays out, how that unfolds. Like you said, strategically, what Bud gonna bring, what he gonna do, things of that nature. I'm with you. I just need to see that fight.
It happens.
I need to see that fight.
We watch real history happen in real time.
Obviously, another fight is
Shakur
and Tank.
For sure.
1000%. But I think that's more the obvious, right? That's more the obvious, right?
Yep.
The Canelo and Terrence Crawford, bro, I got to see how that plays out. I just got to see how that unfolds. Like, yeah, man, I just need to see that. I need to see it. Is Bud gonna stand there? Is Canelo gonna cut the ring off? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see that, bro.
I think Bud spoke about a little bit and just basically says he doesn't even know what he's going to do until he gets in the ring because he doesn't know. He said it depends. If he punches on me, if I could take the punch, I'm gonna fight a certain way. If I realize he doesn't need to be punching me at all because I feel the punch, I'm gonna fight a certain way. I'm gonna adjust to whatever is happening in the ring. But he's made it clear I got multiple ways to skin the cat. I am going to win this fight. Killer or no killer, puncher or no puncher, whatever it is that he bring, I got a way. Okay, we're going this way with it. I'm going to win this damn fight.
Different breed. I agree with you. I agree with you, Queen. She said, I don't think Canelo is skillful enough for Bud. Me neither.
Me neither.
I've been saying the same thing. I don't think so. I think his feet being slow is a limitation that he can't overcome against Terrence Crawford.
Yep.
I think that he has to he has to overpower him. He has to just be stronger. He has to land and be too big, too strong.
And I'm telling you, I think Terrence is going to implement a body campaign that I think people are just sleeping on how effective it's going to be in this fight. I think everybody's going to be looking at him to just headhunt and he got this hard iron head and this granite chin and nobody can hurt him. And I think they're sleeping on this campaign to the body that's gonna hurt Canelo, dare I say, for the first time. Y'all gonna see him affected by it. Like, oh man, I think he might be hurt. Nope, Claymore. All right, Excalibur, let's get it. Let's make it happen next year, Turkey. Come on, Canelo, Terrence, let's get it. 2025. That's what it's all about. That's why the fight is so interesting, because most people don't think he can do it. That's what it's all about, baby.
And it's like witnessing greatness. And again, you know what I'm saying? We've seen it with like Roy Jones, you know what I'm saying, Floyd Mayweather. We get to witness greatness again. He pulls it off, man. D-Boy Dev, what's up, family? He pulls that off, Clay.
Yeah.
We get to witness that greatness.
100%. Excalibur, I don't know. I don't think he's going to knock Canelo out, but I believe he hurts him. I believe he shocks the world and he hurts him, and we see it, and we see him hurt. We see him hurt, man. We see him hurt for the first time. We see it like, damn, dog, this dude's hurt. Like, Terrence is destined to do it, man. He's destined to do something great, man. And I think he does it.
Yeah, I think it's just great. Great Gambino, what up? Oh, I think it'll go the distance. 1000%, I feel like it'll go the distance. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a breakdown. It's just the intrigue, man. I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued by that fight. It's the unknown, right, Clay?
Yep. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a rush to watch that fight, because I know Terrence can get knocked out. I know he's in ultimate danger and he's gonna be the underdog. I know, and that's what makes the fight so exciting.
Yeah, that's what makes it intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Can he defy the odds?
Yep.
That's what it is. Daquan Houston, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco. He said David versus Canelo, Crawford versus Boots, Tank versus Shakur, or Devin I'm just not feeling Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. I just can't see Terrence Crawford overcoming that weight disadvantage. That's why I want to see it. Maybe he can, maybe he can't, but that's why I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? If he can't, it's like, okay, he couldn't overcome it. You know what I mean? He dared to be great, but I want to see him dare to be great. I want to see him take the chance. I believe he could do it. So that's what makes it fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Makes it fun for me. That's how I see it, man. That's what's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Going David versus Goliath type of situation, right? Can David, overcome Goliath? You know what I mean? That's what's so interesting.
So,
what you think, Clay? Am I right when I say that?
Yeah, man, 100%, bro. That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, man. It's some crazy odds, man. It's what Roy was talking about today. Straight up, what Roy was talking about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's the David. That's what's the fun part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the fun part. But yeah, let's get on out of here, Clay, man.
It was good building with Roy today. Good building with you guys in the chat, man. Salute to all you guys. When you agree, Claymore, I like it when we do agree. Yeah, man, it's good, right? Right? It's good. When we agree, it's good, man. Good. Every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Who you want to see Frank Martin fight next, Clay?
That's interesting. I don't know, bro. I want to see Ray Martin. I don't have nobody I want to see Frank Martin fight specifically. I want to see him in 140. I want to see him compete. I want to see what he looks like once again. These fighters, these fighters coming off of fights like what he did with Tank. I want to see him build. I want to see him build it back up so I can see who I want to see him with. Get himself back in championship contention. You know what I'm saying? Put him in that conversation. Earn it. I don't need to see him fight nobody crazy. If people say they want to see him fight Keyshawn, I think Keyshawn should be aiming higher than Frank. Frank just got knocked out, bro. That's what his last fight was. It was honorable and everything. He went out on the shield, but he got knocked out. So fight. I just want to see him fight. I don't care who he fights. I just want to see him come back and fight. And then I get a gauge at who he is. I want it to be at 140 though. I don't want to see him at 135. And then we'll see what's next.
You know who I would like to see him fight? Since it's at 140? Liam Parle.
Yeah, that could be a good fight. Yeah, that's a good fight. I can see that.
Yeah. Give us the Liam Parle fight.
Yeah, let's do that. Liam Parle, Frank. Because who else is Liam Parle going to fight?
Yeah.
Cambosis. I think that's who he's probably going to fight. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But they was hoping that he won. He lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Liam Parle. I like
that. They were expecting Cambosis to fight him next for that belt.
Isaac Cruz. Yeah, he was supposed to fight Cambosis in Australia if he
won.
Belt?
If he won? If he won, yeah. Cambosis just got knocked out by Lomachenko, man. He don't deserve no title shot.
I like that fight too, Nick J. Mel versus
now.
It's just that Jamel Charles is just so inactive. I don't know what to expect from him now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting the Jamel Charlo Terrence Crawford fight, but he lost to Canelo in a bad way, and then it then disappeared, bro.
Yeah.
Nasty work. He didn't disappear on us, bro. Come on, man. But yeah, Clay. Click that link. Subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain, man. The link is in the chat. Also, click the link to BLK Prime. The link is pinned up in the chat. Subscribe to BLK Prime. You can see Roy Jones Jr. create history tomorrow night. So click the link, man. Subscribe to BLK Prime. You can see Roy Jones in action tomorrow night. Create history once again. And click the link to my brother Claymore Rain channel. The link is in the chat. Subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain. And make sure y'all hit the like button here. Hit the bell icon so you can get all the notifications, because they ain't going to send you notifications for this channel. Hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Support the channel. Support the grind. Let's make it happen, man. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Got another special guest. Look like he's coming on tomorrow. I'm trying to bring on Steve Nelson. So cold, Steve Nelson, man. If he's available when we come on at some point in time in the afternoon. He said yes. We just gotta see how the time works out. Bring on So Cold, Steve Nelson. You know what I mean? And I got another brother I want to bring on too as well. He's creating a union for the sport of boxing.
Right.
I want to bring him on because what he got to say is very, very important. So maybe we could bring on both tomorrow and chop it up. Tomorrow, Thursday already, huh, Clay?
Just like that, man. Time don't wait for no man.
Time waits for nobody, right?
Just keeps going.
Man. So, yeah, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So what we got for y'all, we gone. Peace.
Peace. I just subscribed to Black Crime.